Hey, this burns me.
Hey, man. You can hear when the boy popped his lips, man.
Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Flipping Tables with Black Men Unfiltered and Lost in Translation podcast. Welcome back.
What's going on, family? What's going on, man? Look, Lost in Translation, you just left a podcast, man. How you feeling today, brother?
Man, I'm feeling energized, man. You know how we do it, man.
Man, do you feel love today?
Oh, yes, man. I feel the love every day, man.
Do you feel love today?
That's right.
Huh? Okay. Is there a heart in the house tonight?
That's right. Stand up.
That's what I'm talking about tonight. So listen, man, let's see who we got in the chat tonight. Who's in the chat, man? Who we talking to over here tonight? Let's see.
Well, we're gonna start out with Embrace the Grace. She's in the building.
Absolutely.
And Lana just followed me over from my podcast to back over to here. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we got the intellectual soapbox in the building. Yes, indeed. We also got Lou Medic in the building.
Lou. Of
course, we have Almond Eyes. Yes, indeed. How you doing, darling? I see you down off in there. And then we also got Revolving Potato, and he said finally caught one, finally got one early. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Thank you for being
also
here.
Have marriage, politics, and sports. Yeah, it's Mr. R. Payne in the building.
Absolutely, man. Listen, I'm so glad to be here. You already know how I open up every show. I'm honeymoon happy and peacock proud to be in the building today. You ask me how I'm doing, I'll tell you right now. Sunshine, partly cloudy with a chance of rain, but we're about to get it, man. All right, everybody in the building tonight, put that like in there. Put that like in there now. Hit the like button. Stop playing with my emotions. Stop treating me like a side hoe, and hit the like button and subscribe button, because we come over here to spend some time with y'all on tonight. I wanted to jump right into this tonight because I really want to get through some things tonight.
Okay.
And so, who we got in the back tonight, man? Let's bring up the queens of the network first. I think that's well overdue. Then we got the president of the B, and then we got the ex-stripper back there. It's a lot. It's a lot. So go ahead.
Indeed. Well, the first person we're going to bring up is no longer Confuse. She also has her own show here on the Black Men Unfiltered Network. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Embrace the Grace.
Embrace the Grace is in the building. Embrace the Grace. Thank you so much, Sugar, for being here.
I don't give a fuck.
Thank you for being here. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, indeed. And you already know the next lady's coming up. It's also known as the queen of the Black Men Unfiltered Network. Y'all know her. Y'all see her every morning, cooking up breakfast every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and the only Take Heed to the Message.
This is Take Heed to the motherfucking message. I'll block.
Welcome back, sister. Welcome back.
Yes, indeed. Good to see you. Listen, we got some ball brothers in the back who are follically free, as Mr. Bennett so eloquently put it. Can we get one of those guys up? Who we got? Do we want to bring up the stripper, or do we bring up Mr.? Which one?
Let's bring up the continent first. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring up the continent. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know him as marriage, politics, and sports. Lovingly, we call him the continent. Others call him Deep Chocolate. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only R. Payne.
The toughest things any man has ever done is turn down a nice piece of willing, steaming ass piece of pussy.
Welcome, sir. We're gonna never let you live that down, sir.
I swear to God.
Oh man, who we got up next, man? Talk to me.
Last but certainly not least, I want you to put your hands together for the commander, the general, the chief, the president of the 8-Ball Network. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Mr. Bennett. Yes, indeed.
I like it. Salute to the bold and the beautiful, the beneficent, benevolent, ball bifocal brotherhood of the BMU network. It's good to be with you all this evening.
Oh man, it's good to see you, brother. Good to see you,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I want to start with take heed to the message. Take heed to the message. The devil thought he had you all, but you ran. Your internet was messing up, and we're so glad that you got here just in time. Talk to me.
Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, no, bro, stop it.
I didn't know I was gonna make it today.
Come on.
So I'm here. I thank God it started acting a little bit right.
So I thank God that you're here too, sweetheart. The devil thought he had your internet, but you choked them out, and we're so glad.
Lord.
They choking the devil in New Jersey. They choking the devil in Jersey.
Listen, I thought I was gonna have to start speaking in tongues. I was about to run around my house right now.
And guess what? Shaunie's husband Keon gonna walk right through the door and say, "Hush."
Oh, yes.
Hush.
Ain't nobody here to interpret it.
There's no reason to leave New Jersey. Mr. Bennett, how are you?
I am doing well. Good to be here tonight.
Absolutely. Mr. Payne, well, you swinging your thing today, brother. What's going on with you?
Everything's cool, man. What can I say? I can't add anything to that just now. Everything's good.
Oh,
yes. It's gonna be one of those.
Yes,
yeah. Listen, if you mess with her, you're gonna catch a case. But if you're nice to her, you might embrace the grace. What's going on, Shug?
How you doing? Thank you for having me. I'm here sitting in the realm of reality, knowing my baby's gonna graduate in 2 weeks, go to Florida. It is all happening all so quickly, but it is what it is.
My. Well,
and by the way, the Knicks are kicking ass right now. It is 80-64.
I know that's right. And congratulations to your son, because I know
Thank you.
You had some times, ups and downs, raising that boy. Him, you and the father. Of course, he was in his life, and I just want to say congratulations to you for doing a hell of a job and getting him where he needs to go. So, congratulations to you and the father of your child. Appreciate you guys.
It's mama time now. Next 10 years is all about me now.
Oh, well, I know who finna be. I know who finna be over there. I know who finna be over there. Yeah, I got
roll the tape, damn it.
I'm gonna drink you a two-step.
From the jailhouse to the courthouse.
Yeah, we're gonna leave. Ooh, hallelujah. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, the velvet voice of YouTube himself is in the house tonight. Get your autographs now, because Lost in Translation is here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I did hear earlier, there's a room on the street, Lost in Translation, don't know I'm about to say this. He's my brother from another mother, but I heard a few ladies say that you did the Pineapple Express nude photo shoot. And so I just want to make sure they call Lost in Translation the Pineapple Express. So guys, make sure you go and buy that calendar. They say he's posing on every month for the year of 2025. So go and get it and kiss it and rub it between your thighs. All calendars are $29.99. If you're good, Lost in Translation may spend a dime. Look at him. He not there. He roll. Yeah, we rolling tonight. We on fire. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Hit the like button, subscribe button. We're so glad that you're here. I want to start out with one video first before we get to the meat of the conversation. Corey Holcomb has gone pastor. Let me say this again. Corey Holcomb, the comedian who is not very religious, has gone and started reading the Bible and found the Bible to be very good at what he does in comedy. And he broke down First Timothy, and we're going to listen to him, and we're going to talk about it once he's done. Here's Corey.
Will you please read it again, Craig, because that's deep.
1 Timothy 2 provides more clarity. Let a woman learn quietly with all submissiveness. I do not permit.
Wait, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to break you up.
It's all good. It's all good.
He said, let a woman learn quietly
With all submissiveness.
with all submissiveness. Do you want to break that down? That means shut the fuck up. And if you do say something, be very careful as you speak it. I'm breaking down scripture right now on the 5150 show. This is a church. What else to say, Craig?
I do not permit a woman to teach or to exercise authority over a man.
Wait. That means shut the fuck up, bitch. They saying it in the Bible. Tell me where I'm lying. What else?
Rather, she is to remain quiet. For Adam was formed first, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived and became a transgressor. That
means shut the fuck up, bitch. This dick been here.
I don't understand.
Oh my God.
Corey is crazy. Wow.
That man ain't got no damn sense. You know that.
Wow.
Mr. Bennett, what's your thoughts?
Why you gonna give Mr. Bennett that the first question?
Terrible.
Well, if that's going to be the requirement, then men need to step up. I'll say that. How about that? Because you're the one that's supposed to be in church. You're supposed to be learning and then coming home and teaching your wife. But if you're not going to be the moral authority in your house, then you're the one who needs to be quiet.
Just stop stepping on our parade, goddammit.
You started me first, so like, look,
Bennett throwing grits. Let's get a lady in here. Embrace the grace.
I mean, it's serious and it was funny, but sometimes you have to talk to people like that because they just don't get it when you talk to them nicely or you talk to them nicely twice. So you got to get down to their level and to try to reach to some of these heathens and hyenas and hood rats. Maybe you do need to break it down like that. You know, I mean, it doesn't make it right, but does it make you can interpret the Bible in a way where they can understand it. So as long as they get the word of God, how they get it, you know what I'm saying? But as long as they get the word of God and that's how you can understand it, then hey, I'm all for it.
All right, thank you so much. You see Anissa, she said she wasn't feeling well, but she'd be watching from the clouds. But it seemed like she stepped outside the cloud and hit the button and said, "Preach, Bennett." Okay. Take heed to the message.
I can't judge Corey because I'm gonna share something with you. I ain't good with scripture at all. I will not sit up here and lie. I am not good with scripture. You cannot. Let me share something with you. I know one scripture that touched my heart, and I will never forget it. And it still rings true in my heart. That's it. The rest of them, I can just quote it. Like somebody said it and I quote it. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to you. Ain't no way. So what he's doing right now, he wrong. He wrong. He uses scripture like that. He wrong. The way he interpreted it, he wrong. But I mean, do I have the right to judge him? I mean, you know, because listen, at the end of the day, I sit up there on my panel and I sit up on my social media platform and do nonsense just like that. I get indignant, I curse and everything just like he do. So I don't know if I can judge him now. I'm gonna share something with you. It's funny, but it's wrong. It's wrong, but it's funny. Okay. I only remember one scripture that just touched my heart. Verily, verily, I say unto you that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thy removed and be thy cast into thy sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but should believe that those things shall come to pass. I learned that when I was young because of the nonsense I was going through with my mama. That you're gonna make it through no matter what. And that is
Absolutely.
the only scripture that I can just quote like that. So what he doing right now and got somebody to co-sign his foolery. I mean, he got to answer to God for it, but I mean, you know, he doing something with the scripture. Okay. Even when people say something to me in my social media platform about scripture, I don't even co-sign it with them. I gotta go read it for myself first before I even go say, yeah, that makes sense. That's terrible. That's terrible. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to you. I am not a Bible thumper. I will let you know that right now. First of all, you already know that the way I act. You already know. I'm not a Bible thumper. And I'm done.
Oh Lord. Last but not least at all, the stripper of the hour.
Okay. You know, one thing I found out is that when people read the Bible, they put their own feelings and interpretation on the words. They just do, unless they're sitting in front of somebody with somebody they trust who can interpret what the words say. I mean, even last night I was quoting the Bible. You know, I thought I was pretty damn good, but you know, no theologian came out and told me, you know what, you got that interpretation wrong. All I knew was that when the chick changed help meet to companion, I knew she was wrong. Because God said help me. He didn't say no damn thing about no companion. He said help me. And I know why she changed it. So Corey is a comedian and he went hard, but he might actually believe that's what that shit means.
Now
he might actually believe that.
Yeah, I want to say this. When it says, I'm not trying to be funny, I'm being serious. When he says that all women should remain quiet, in today's terms, don't that mean shut the fuck up?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or be quiet. Shut your ass up. So never mind. Let's move on. So thank you guys for that. Now, last but not least, the velvet voice of YouTube, Brother Lost. What do you think about this this new prophet, Prophet Corey, preaching?
Before I guess I think Grace needs to get it. I think we missed Grace, man.
No, we didn't.
No. You sure?
We didn't
I
get
went.
Grace? Yes,
No, you got me.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Corey is a comedian.
Yeah.
And he gonna do what comedians do.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes comedians get a little bit of how should I say, license to see things and say things that they want to say. But I will tell you this: in the last days when we get judged, I want Corey to go before me.
Lord,
I want to see what God. Lord, before you get to me,
I can hear him.
There's somebody I want you to go before me, and that's Corey Holcomb. I want to see what you do with him first. You know what I'm saying?
This motherfucker behind me, named Lost in Translation. Oh man, bro. But yeah, man, we got that one out, man, because boy, he was that dude. I had to show y'all that one. All right, so let's get to more of a serious video. We definitely can talk about this one. Let's take a look.
Women really understand the amount of work and trial and toil and failure and pursuit that a man does before he even shows up to you. So a lot of women think, oh, now you're here, you're going to do my bidding. No, he's already built himself. If you're dealing with a man, now if you're dealing with, a fun boy, you get what you get. So I think that's the first thing. We really don't understand men. We don't understand how hard they work. And the reason why men lead is because they're the ones that are willing to make the sacrifice. If we're really honest with ourselves, we're not. Men are willing to work and give most of it to the family. Most women, we want the big jobs, but we want it for us. It just is what it is. It's not better or worse. Women need to understand that a man is willing to sacrifice so that that means you also need to be working just as hard. And what are you willing to sacrifice? And it needs to complement each other. I think a lot of women think they're just going to show up and be selected. We have to, like my man says, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. But it is a real job every day. And for me, it's an honor, but I think a lot of women don't realize how hard it is. It's worth it, but it's
Wow.
Let's just let that sit for a second. Wow. Embrace the grace.
I totally agree with her. I mean, a man pours all of himself into his family, his children, and his woman, the good ones, the ones that apply. But we, at the end of the day, still walk around selfish, self-entitled, holding out on sex, thinking we God's gift to this earth. And we just don't realize that the man is God's gift to this earth. And we're here because and for him. But when you're not taught that at an early age, and you don't see that to be taught that, and you're shown other things, you walk around like most modern women do. And unfortunately, a lot of the modern men are okay with it, and they accept it because they didn't have a father figure in the household. They didn't see what a real man is, what a real man does every day and supposed to do with his family. You know, you guys had a really good show on Friday night at the barbershop, and it really made me realize that we take all this time teaching teaching men how they should treat women, but we need to take that same time and energy and teach women how to treat our men. Because half of y'all don't get, just get maybe 0.01% of what you guys deserve. And I apologize on behalf of my gender, and I try to do the most that I can, but all we got to do, like me and Take Heed does and the elders, is try to teach the younger ones and hope for the best. I digress. My mic is muted.
You know, at church on Sunday, when they said all mothers stand.
No.
I could have said anyone who had a baby out of wedlock, sit the fuck down. That would have been rude. I could have stood up. Most of the men could have stood up and said, I'm a single father. I do both jobs. I play mama and daddy. No man did that. They let those women get their flowers. They let those women get their little gift bags, and they went on about their day.
No shame.
No shame. Next month, it happens every year, guys. Next month, when they say it's Father's Day, everybody stand up. There are going to be some women stand up, and they're going to be recognized. Oh, yes. I'm not going to be there. But there are some women that's going to be recognized as fathers because they play both roles. They take from the day. Matter of fact, you can get on YouTube right now and type in women standing up on Father's Day at church. And it'll give you a whole bunch of videos of women in the church. I mean, a plethora of them standing because they feel like they're fathers to their sons and their daughters. All right, moving on. Mr. Payne, what are your thoughts on the video?
Yeah, first, based on what you said, you know what? It'd be nice if we saw a pastor up there say, listen, women, sit your asses down. No matter what you do, you know God.
I would be that one. I would be that one. Right. I would be that one.
Listen, I like Maggie, the substitute teacher. She's always a little bit cerebral when she talks. So I appreciate her message because we say it all the time. And, you know, when men say it, the effect ain't there. Because I freely say, even in front of my wife, that I'm obligated to our family much more than she is. Even though I don't think she'd abandon me, but I wouldn't put her to the test. And I would tell any man with a woman, don't put her to that kind of test if you can avoid it. You know, because they're not built for that shit, you know? So, you know, I think men need to get more respect for the fact that we are obligated in our marriages. I mean, guys who are really dedicated to their marriages to make sure that we'll do everything in our power to keep it together, even at our detriment.
For our pain, I think that men need to start demanding and commanding for more respect.
No, it's
Y'all
not a respect thing. It's not a respect thing.
Y'all put up with too much shit. You don't put boundaries.
But I'm not talking about respect. I get the respect for my wife. I'm talking about obligation. I'm talking about something that's a little bit more spiritual, that the difference between men and women, right? Because even the greatest women are not required to do the things in a marriage that a man is. That's what I think. And that's not meaning that she's less than. It's just not her thing. It's just that men, we're wired differently. You know, that's one of the things that I think God made us differently. And it's not, I'm not putting women down. I'm just saying that if you're in and I'm going to end it here, if you're in a marriage, I think one of the things we don't say is one of those baseball unwritten rules. We try not to put our women in a position where they have to make a choice between us or hardship. That's what we do. That's what I think we do. That's what I know. That's what I did. You know, so I'll land it there. So it's just my thought and how I lasted. I didn't pamper my wife or anything else. There's things that she needed to know, I told her. But the things she didn't, I weathered. I weathered. And she never knew she never knew all the things I had to go through.
You know, Mr. Bennett said something a few weeks back, referring to scripture. He talked about the crucifixion of Jesus. And I had rebutted to Mr. Bennett, if he can remember. And I said that Jesus went around and he healed the sick. He raised the dead. He made the blind man see. He healed the woman with the issue of blood. He talked the men down from stoning a woman. He, you have no sin, cast the first stone. He did all of that for those people. And when it was time for them to do it for him, they said, crucify him. Ain't that something? Yeah. So we can learn from that. We can learn from that. No more, even if you do the most. But see, at the end of the day, that's not how the story ends, guys. Even if they said crucify him, even when they were saying crucify him, they did not know. They did not know that this man would raise up with all power in his hand, with a different look, with a different way of doing things. He just was a bad man. I think that if Christ can be resurrected from his sacrifice, so can we. If someone shows you who they are, believe them and move accordingly. Move accordingly. Live your life a little bit different from away from those type of people, and move accordingly. If a woman dogged you out and she did you bad, cool. When you get resurrected, and you get your mind right, and you get back out there, then you stay away from those type of women. You do a little bit more to try to figure out what you're doing, who you're sitting with, who you're talking to. Then you be fine. All right. I want to get Mr. Bennett here. We'll get you last. Mr. Bennett.
I certainly agree with the first part of what she said, that oftentimes women don't appreciate and again, she's qualifying this, not just being a male, but being a man, going through the discipline, making and creating a better version of yourself. Again, I keep thinking about that Michelle Obama book. I keep going back to it.
Yeah,
because he shows up in the office, and all the other women in the office are just fawning over him. It's like, oh, have you seen Barack Obama? And she's just like dismissing him.
Yeah,
even though he was head of Harvard Law Review. Like, we got just all these brothers just being the head of the Harvard Law Review. I mean, this is it's like it just didn't get respect. And she said she saw a lot of, lawyers and men like that. It's like as if these men just grow on trees. They don't, especially black men. So again, I mean, I'm just cut differently. If I see any a black man who achieves that kind of status or success or whatever, I'm still of the belief that man probably had to work twice as hard to get half as far. So I don't go to DEI or affirmative action or some other trope that people want to label on men. If you're a man who gets to a certain level in life, you probably had to work harder than anybody else. And it's sad that other people, white women, recognize that. Yeah, and I mean, when KS was on his show, he said that you had this woman was taking African American studies classes at UCLA, and asked why. It's like, look, I know that if I get one of them, he's probably better than all of them. Why is it that they can recognize that, but unfortunately those who are closest to us don't? But going back to your example when you were talking about Jesus earlier, this is the same person who also said that a prophet is not honored in his own home. And so sometimes those who are closest to you, your family, your relatives, or whatever, they don't appreciate you because they remember you when you were a little guy. They remember you when you were the run of the family and whatnot. And so even when you do succeed, sometimes they don't give you your flowers when you are able to achieve certain things. Sometimes you have to get out of your country to be appreciated. And so that certainly doesn't that certainly doesn't fall on deaf ears. The last part of what she had said, I had a little bit of problem with when she talked about it's hard work. And I was asking, what is hard work? If she's talking about women having to be that for their men, if that's hard, then I think we need a new definition. I don't like saying that marriage is hard work. I think the work that we're talking about is simply you make decisions. I'm either going to do or I'm not going to do. That barrier, it's in between your ears. But when I think about hard work, there's a lot of jobs out there that most people cannot and will not do. That's hard. But you just being agreeable, if you're going to call that hard, then we're in trouble. And so I don't like when, and again, even women, when they say it, oh, this is hard work being agreeable, working with your spouse, with your mate, or when a husband says it's hard work. I mean, I don't get, you make decisions. And a lot of times it turns out when you finally make, it takes you 10 years to make the decision. And when you make the decision, it's like, oh, I could have did this years ago. Well, duh, yeah, you could have. But it's this up here that's keeping you, that's blocking your blessings. It's this up here that's keeping you from getting to where you need to be. It's not hard. You're just stubborn. And people need to start just recognizing what's really stopping or blocking folks from getting together is your ego and your stubbornness. And, that more so than it being hard. It's not hard because half the stuff you're going to do in a marriage is going to benefit you anyway. If you have to cook and clean and do stuff for your house, you got to eat too, right? You got to wash your own clothes too. Half the stuff you would have to do if you were living on your own anyway. So what's hard? And I just think that, really, I just don't, I've never liked that when we talk about marriage is hard work. No, it's about your priorities. It's about your decisions and how you spend your time. So that part I don't rock with, and I hate when people use that. But on the first part, I mostly agree with.
Now, Mr. Bennett, I want to say something to what you said about being hard in that situation, with it being hard for women to be in marriages and stuff like that. You know what? The other week ago, our good brother was on here, and Ricky said something that was so profound. Shout out to Ricky. I know he's watching. Ricky said, if it's so hard for women to stay at home and take care of the kids and cook and clean and make sure everything is done, pressure is for shoulders, not hips. So if that's the case, more men need to be at home with the children. Yeah. And let the woman go out and do the work that's not so hard. He had a point. Because if it's harder to stay at home, because I've heard women say this, Mr. Bennett, I've heard women say, oh, you've been at your job all day, but these kids, raising these kids, a whole nother thing, way harder than what you got going on. If that's the case, then and like Mr. Payne said, we should take away that pressure from them. And if it's hard to raise the children, cook and clean and all that, I'll stay at home and do all the hard work. And then you go do the work that you tell me is not hard that I'm doing every day. So we'll switch. And let's give it 8 weeks. And we'll see where we're at the end of 8 weeks.
Yeah, but BMU, don't I'm not saying you're mischaracterizing. There's a point, but if you listen to what Mr. Bennett is saying, I agree with him. If you have an agreement that you're going to be married for the lifetime with your wife, and she's the same way with you, it's really not hard work. Obligation doesn't mean hard. It's just something that you decided that you're going to do. And so when the challenges come, you just meet the challenges and you move forward. Now, there's other outside things that may be difficult for you to make decisions, but as far as you and your spouse cleaving together because you decided to, that shouldn't be hard work, especially if she's a fully vetted person. That's what I agree with what he said on that
Right.
part.
And a lot of people get mad at me because I speak so highly of my grandmother, who was married to my grandfather for 60 plus years. But she did say that when she was asked, and I'm gonna get her on camera, guys. I promise. I'm gonna sneak and do it. Don't put the camera behind her so she won't see it. She won't be on, right? But I want you guys to hear it from her. I said, Grandma, a lot of women today say that it's so hard to raise a family. It's so hard. They can't do it. And my grandmother's words were this. It almost offended her. My grandmother said, hard where? She said, they need to hush. I said, why, grandmother? She said, most of these women working at the house getting paid are going out driving to a job 10 miles away in a nice car with the air conditioner on in the heat, getting paid. Got the heater on when it's wintertime, getting paid. And they come home and say it's hard to love on them kids and fix them kids something to eat. She said, hell, we was in the turn rows. We went home, we churned, but we did all that stuff without any of the electronic stuff, without any of the cell phones, without any of the technology. And she said, I said, Grandma, you didn't get tired? She said, no. I said, why? She said, the reason I didn't get tired because I didn't do it for the wrong reasons. I did it for the right reasons. And I said, what was the right reasons, Grandma? She said, because I did it because I loved them. I loved your grandfather. I love my daughters. She said, when y'all came to us for the summer, I love y'all. That's why I would get up in the morning and cook you breakfast and then go and make you sandwiches or cook you something for lunch and then do dinner. She said, because I did it because my hands were created by God to love you and nurture you, not to separate myself from you. And so she said, to all the younger women today, my grandma said, I'm 80 plus years old. She's finna be 90, but she keeps saying she's 80. I'm 80 plus years old. And she said, I probably can still get around the kitchen better than a 30-year-old woman today. Let's move on. I'm going to get on camera. I can't wait. I'm going to sneak that camera in that house. I'm going to tell my aunt, just keep her turning this way. And I'm going to get her. Because I want to have her on camera because I know she's not going to be with us always. She's going to be 90. So she's not going to be here always. So I need to get her on camera. I'm going to get her. All right. Take heed to the message. Can you talk to us?
I disagree with all of y'all on the panel. The black woman is God. Okay? The black woman can do no wrong.
That don't even sound right coming out your mouth.
I disagree. Yes. And this has said it. Raising human beings is not easy work. She right. Mr. Bennett, you wrong, sir. You wrong. Okay? It's hard. Marriage is hard. It's a nightmare. Okay? All because your husband wants you to cook and clean and make sure the house it look nice. Make sure he got a warm plate on the stove. It's hard, sir. And then he want to have sex all the time. It's aggravating.
God forbid.
Okay? He want me to be nice to him when he come home from work. I don't like it. Now, I like what Maggie said. That was amazing. I love it because I have said this so many times that we don't really understand the life of our husbands. We don't. There's a lot of things. I've been married to my husband is a 16 going on 17 years. And a lot of stuff that happens, I don't be knowing. A lot of stuff that's stressful that he got to deal with, he doesn't tell me because he doesn't want me to worry. He keeps a lot of that on himself. And I share something with you. I always tell him, honey, you know, we can always talk. And he tell me the stuff in my mind, baby, you wouldn't understand. He told me, just continue to do what you're doing. It helps me. Continue to do what you do. Continue to love me. Continue to do what I asked you to do. And we're going to be fine. And I always look at my king and I'm like, I'm going to share something with you. And I have always said this on my platform, and I can say it anywhere. In my mind, my king is on a pedestal that nobody can take down. I have seen this man climb mountains and tough terrain and everything. I have seen this man go through so much, and yet he's so graceful, just like royalty when he walks. I just love my king so much. No matter what we've been through, this man will rise to the occasion and tell me, I got it, baby. Don't worry about it. So I will never sit up here and say, oh, you've been at work 16 hours, you ain't done nothing. You ain't done nothing. First thing I'm thinking in my mind, baby, how are you? I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you made it home. I got your food ready. Here's your towel. After you take your shower and you eat, I'm going to rub you down. That's my job every day. I rub my husband down every day. That's my job. I tell the kids, when your father come home, act like you don't know me, because I don't want you to come call me for nothing. I tell them that all the time. They're like, Mama, when daddy come home, you act like, yes, I don't know you right now. I don't know you. Your father been out all day and he's tired. He's tired and he's doing all that to make sure we maintain his house, the light, the gas, the water, the car, the insurance, everything. Your father goes out each and every day to maintain those things. Anything that my husband thinks of, it always benefits the entire family. This is why the husband's dreams and aspirations is supposed to go first, because his plan benefits the family. A lot of women don't want to hear that, but it's true. Our dreams and aspiration just benefits us. Okay, just us alone. Look at me on social media. Who does that benefit? That's just me. I'm just up here talking shit. That's just me. Okay. So me getting up here talking shit, and then I collect whatever money that these platforms pay me in pennies, and I show my king, this is what I got. He said, oh, you got this just for running your mouth? You know what I'm saying? So he said, well, they paying you to run your mouth. And I'm just saying, my husband dreams and the way he moves, it benefits us. A lot of women don't want to see that. They will tell you, my dreams and aspirations come first. It benefits me. No. It's going to just benefit you, but it's not going to benefit the entire family. Unless, only how that changes is if her and the husband are on one accord. That means they are one. They have the same movement. They are moving at step. You understand? At step. But if they're not moving at step, his dreams and aspirations will just benefit the family. Her dreams and aspirations will only benefit her. And if you look at this right now on social media, the person that we're gonna talk about tonight, this is what it is. This is the same thing that we're talking about. Same thing. Shaq dreams and aspirations benefited his entire family and his stepchild. The mama dreams and aspirations right now of doing a book. Who is that benefiting? That's hurting those children. How do you sit up there and say that I was in love with the idea of marriage and family? I wasn't in love with the man. How many children will want to hear you never was in love with my daddy? Out of all the years he took care of you, you never loved my daddy. Sometimes us women, we don't know what to say. We don't know what to say. Because once we feel that somebody has wronged us, we will get up there and get indignant and make them feel lower than low. He already confessed that he was wrong. So you got to add insult to injury. But anyway, I digress. I'm done.
Yeah. I think we've gotten everybody but who? Embrace. We got you, Embrace.
Yep.
Okay, we got Mr. Payne. We got Tiki. Okay, Mr. Bennett, we got you already. All right. Velvet Voice of YouTube yourself. Sir, what are your thoughts? And then we'll move on to our other videos.
Man, I just thought about something, man. You know, when people talk about Jesus, man, I couldn't imagine what he was going through. When they said that people crucified him. When I think about it, the people who crucified him were the people he didn't do anything for. But what surprised me was that the people who he did for didn't speak up for him. That hurts. I don't know how many times, if you've ever been betrayed before, or if you've ever been stabbed in the back before, especially by people who are close to you, man, that is the worst kind of feeling. Especially people you've gone to bat for. You know what I'm saying? That's a special type of hurt. That's a special type of betrayal. And for Jesus to take that like he did, knowing full well that the people who didn't mean him no harm did him harm, and the people who helped him did him harm. Man, that's a hard pill to swallow, man. And to think about it, most men go through that particular situation, man, in marriages sometimes, and in relationships. Sometimes the very people who you help stab you in the back. You know what I mean? And then sometimes the people who you've helped stab you in the back. You know, it's like, man, you can't win for losing. You know, you give up everything for your family. You neglect yourself. Most times, most men neglect themselves. They don't ask for nothing. You know, and then we try to sell people marriage. That's a hard pill to sell, man. You know what I mean? And it's kind of hard in good conscience to tell people, hey, this is what you need. But my thing is this: you got to make sure you do it with the right person. You know what I mean? Somebody like Take Heed. Yeah, I go to bat for somebody like that because she takes care of her husband. She honors her husband. But I tell any man, if you don't find a woman like Take Heed who honors you, buddy, you wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? I said it today on my podcast before I came on. Selfish women shouldn't be married. They really shouldn't, because men will pour into that situation unfruitful, and they become bitter, and they have bad things to say about women. But my thing is, if you find that woman that you pour into, that pours back into you, then you'll have good things to say. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times women pour into men sometimes who they probably shouldn't pour into. And that's the main reason why you have so many people down in the chat always complaining about men ain't this and then women ain't that. But my thing is this: who are you pouring into? You know, who are you spending your time with? That right there tells me that you don't love yourself enough, because you'll let any old body in. You know what I'm saying? You'll let people do you any kind of way to satisfy whatever it is that you think you want. I heard Robert said on a podcast Monday on Humble Days, he said that people should stop breaking their own hearts, you know? And I think a lot of times what that means is that people try to get from other people what they want instead of pouring into somebody else and making sure that other person get what they want. So if you have two people pouring into each other and you both get what you want, that's a win-win situation all day long. But if the other person never thinks about you, then that's a problem. So when I think about what these people did for Jesus and how, you know, the people who crucified him, he didn't do nothing for them, but at the same time, he did for them. And the people who he did for didn't do nothing for him, and he still did for him. Man, he a much better man than me. I'm here to tell you, I ain't there yet. You know what I mean? I ain't there yet. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. I don't see how he did it, man. But I appreciate that he did, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'll say this too, because I know you brought up, the people being in the chat and people who are single and not married. And when you say, if you're looking for a woman, like, take heed, who respects her husband, who honors her husband. All right, let's have a moment of realness here. The reason that the women who drag Take Heed and say the things that they say about Take Heed and how she is with her husband is because they don't have the vaginal fortitude to keep a man, period. If you are 30 years old plus and you can't maintain a relationship, be married or have a family, and you bouncing from person to person, and now that you're 60, you all of a sudden want to hit the dating market right when the AC unit is about to go out in your vagina. Mm-hmm. Yep, I said it. when they take you got to go in the kitchen, run in the kitchen when a man over and pour some great value vegetable oil down there to get it wet. Mm-hmm. Yep, I said it. When that thing don't work no more because you used it up in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. I even heard Whoopi Goldberg today, who put transmission fluid on the Titanic.
Did you hear what I said?
I heard her say on an interview that it should be where women can live single. Be the best single woman you can and allow men to just come over and hit and go. Did anybody else see the interview with me?
Yeah, she said it.
Whoopi Goldberg said, let men come over, get it, and go. Mm-hmm. And she said, even her mama told her, well, if you're going to do that, just have parties and let the men have their way. She said, okay. She said, I do not advise women to be married. Who got divorced and she was the reason? Oh, Megan Good. Megan Good said after the show, Whoopi told her, the way your career is headed, you seem to be a woman that need to be single. You need to be single so you can flourish. You can't have a man anchor you down. Megan Good divorced that man. So she has a influence even on celebrity women. And she looks like an aging pit bull. And you're talking about having men come over and hit. Yes, they're going to come hit you because you got their money and you're paying for the penis. But let's give you $1,500 every 2 weeks and put you in an apartment that costs $2,300 and give you a 1998 Ford Focus. Nobody's coming, Whoopi. So stop telling women to just give that thing up because women are listening. These women out here, they're listening. She don't want to be married. Most older women have given that cat up to so many people. They've served more coochie than McDonald's and served burgers. And now they're living in regret. And they're saying, damn, nobody wants me anymore. And that's why you see these women with snagger-tooth men, cockeyed men. You see them with men that's blind. You see them with men that ain't got no legs. The reason for that is because they settle, and they settle because nobody wants them. I digress. Let's move on. Sorry. We do have a super chat. Let me get the super chat away. We got Scorched Earth in the building tonight. Clement, how are you doing, man? He said that's the job of a husband, giving up his life. You know what's crazy, Scorched Earth? The time we living in today, 20 years ago, that was spot on. Today, you'll give up your life for that woman, and then next week, she'll be with the guy that shot you. Moving on. I have another video for you guys. Don't get me started tonight. I feel it in my spirit. It's R. Payne's fault because he was quoting the Bible yesterday. It kind of shocked me.
That was pretty damn good, too.
Hush! I'm giving you your props. So give me a second. Be down. Okay, so I want to play this one. Anton Daniels. We all know Big Anton. Anton has something to say, and I want to get you guys' thoughts on what he said. Let's listen.
Woman is lying if she moving her mouth. I don't believe not one woman since Eve right? The very first lesson when I opened up the Bible, I done read the Bible back to back 7 times. Know every book of the Bible. Women have been lying since the beginning of time, and every lesson before us is teaching us to do not believe a word that is coming out of their mouth. The reason why you have to convince women to do the things that's in their own best interest is that they're not inherently trained to do so. It's not in their nature. It's in their nature to be rebellious. It's in their nature to lie to you. It's in their nature to do the thing that's best for them, to be hypergamous, meaning that they have to go for the best available option because they understand that they can't do it for themselves. I don't believe any woman. The reason that they come out with these slogans, believe all women, is because women aren't believable. If that was the natural order of things and we've been in existence since the beginning of time, why do you have to train me for something that I'm already aware of? If you were a truth teller, if it was inherently in you, you wouldn't have to sell me on why it is that I should believe you. Why would I believe you?
Nasty.
Mr. Bennett.
Damn.
I'm on your ass tonight, Mr. Bennett.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow. Are women inherently liars?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far. I would say that they're all about preservation, though. So whatever they need to do to preserve themselves and their self-interest, they will go to those means. But again, if a woman could never be truthful, then again, my wife couldn't be my counsel. Because I couldn't. So you're basically saying if you're married, if you quote unquote you have a good woman, you can't trust your wife's counsel because she's always going to lie to you. So certainly in my case, I don't believe that, and I didn't certainly raise my daughters to be liars. But certainly, for their self-interest, yeah, women will, they'll do or say whatever it is to protect their self-interest. So they may say, yeah, the baby's yours, and they know it's not. Or they'll say, I got this, I got this from you. Or they'll tell you what you want to hear more so than be truthful with you. So those things are certainly doable, but I think it's out of self-preservation more so than anything else. So again, I can buy some of what he's trying to say, but if I couldn't trust a woman, I couldn't trust my wife, and I trust my wife with pretty much everything. So I'll just leave it there.
So, Mr. Bennett, you saying it's okay to lie if you're saving your own bacon?
Well, listen, Rahab lied to the invaders looking for them spies to protect herself and her household, and she's one of Jesus's descendants. So yeah, and honestly, the Bible never said, at least in the commandments, people say do not lie. That's not one of the commandments. It says do not bear false witness against your neighbor. That means do not slander nor libel if it's printed. So again, to protect your own, if someone's coming after you with bad intent, yeah, I'm a lie. And I don't mind a woman lying. And I go to bed at night just at peace with God on that. So again, lying for self-preservation.
Oh my God.
It is.
And so you're human after all, Mr. Bennett. You're human after all. God damn it.
I didn't say I wasn't. I'm as transparent as I get on this show. So you're not gonna put that on me, R-Pain. Sorry.
No shame, brother. I just had to throw the bar.
This one a little unorthodox. I want Lost in Translation to take over. Go ahead, Lost.
Listen, here's my thing, man. If it's okay for women to lie, why is it so bad when men lie?
Oh my God! Am I muted?
No.
I just got a question. Why is it so bad when men lie?
It's bad, ain't it, boy?
If women, if it's okay for women to lie to protect themselves, then why is it so bad when men lie? R-Pain. Come on, man. I ain't gonna let you off the hook. We finna get you next.
I don't think so. Go ahead.
Come on, man. Why is it so bad when men lie? When it's okay for women to lie?
Well, first of all, it's not okay for women to lie. I didn't say that. But anyway, but they do though. I believe everything Anton said, man. Listen, you know what? I never thought I'd like a guy who was as arrogant as Anton Daniels. But man, he's a man. I listen to him all the time. But listen, I agree with him 100%, and I agree with Mr. Bennett. Women will lie for self-preservation, but then they also lie for their own benefit. Women lie to each other all the time. But whether they lie to men or not, listen, I just saw a SVU, Law and Order SVU. I'll be quick. A lady was raped, right? And she had a baby by another man, but she didn't want to tell her husband. The whole episode went where she got the bad guy, but they didn't even address that her husband was raising another man's child at all in the whole show. The kid's like 3 years old now. And so the whole show and the way they're wired, like, was okay that she lied to him about the baby, and he's raising a baby that's not even his seed, and they didn't even address it in the show.
Of course.
And so not only do women lie, the whole culture will lie to a man about shit like that. Because I thought that was just as bad as the assault.
Take heat, I know you busting. But we're gonna make you wait. Come on, Grace. Come on, Grace.
I did a show a couple weeks back on my show on my channel. Why do people lie? And there's a lot of different reasons. We all lie, men and women. But the thing is, it doesn't make it right. It's hard being honest. And then on the other side of the coin, people can't handle the truth. So a lot of times it's, people lie to keep the peace, to minimize confusion, not to spare somebody's feelings. We say we want the truth, but we can't handle it. But women just take it to another level. I mean, sometimes there's not even a reason to lie, but it just comes so natural to a lot of us women that they don't know how to stop themselves. They either lie to impress the Joneses, they lie to get something that they want, they lie to hurt somebody, and it's bad, and it's really bad. But again, we have to hold people accountable. We let too much shit slide. When we agree with somebody and co-sign with somebody, we're saying, oh, it's okay what you did. If I had a best friend and she told me that she got impregnated by another man, and I'm cool with her husband, I would be torn. And I would have to do the right thing, because I'm not going to be able to engage in activities knowing what I know. It's better off don't tell me. I don't go to baby showers when there's no father involved, because then I'm co-signing to what I don't believe in. That's the first thing I ask when I get invited to a baby shower. Is the father going to be there? No. Well, I decline your invitation, because if I go, I'm co-signing. If you know somebody's lying and you allow them to lie, you're co-signing. You're just as bad. So to land this, we just got to do better. We got to learn how to communicate. We got to create spaces with each other where it's okay to tell the truth, no matter how hurtful it is. We can't bring it up again in the heat of passion when we're angry with each other. But you got to find the right people and surround yourself with the right people. But I have to agree with Mr. Bennett. A lot of women will lie to self-preserve, and it's wrong and it's sad, and we got to call each other out on it. Because if we don't, then we're co-signing to the foolery. I digress. My mic is muted.
Thank you, Grace. All right, take heed. You've had time to listen to Mr. Bennett. You've had time to listen to our pain.
Oh,
you've even heard Grace and me say something on it. I want to hear what you got to say about this matter, this issue. What say you, ma'am?
One thing I have always disliked is I can't stand a liar, a thief, and a cheat. I will disgrace you. A liar, a thief, and a cheat. You can't do nothing with those three combinations. You have a problem there. I could deal with somebody that's hood, that's doing nonsense, but I can't deal with a liar, a cheat, and a thief. It'll sell you down the river. This is one thing that Jesus himself knew. the people that was around him was not right. Because he knew their heart. He can see their heart. But yet and still, he still loved them. He still loved us. He still went and got on the cross and died for our sins. Even though he knew we wasn't worthy. Can you imagine? And so when Anton says this, I know a lot of people don't like his content, but he's speaking facts because my sisters can do a lot to save themselves. Mr. Bennett is speaking it too. Our sisters do a lot to save themselves. You've been married to this man for 15 years and you did nonsense. And the baby that you brought into the marriage or while you were in the marriage, you cheated on your husband. And so you just led him to believe, you knew that baby wasn't his. You led him to believe that that's his child. And he raises the baby. And the baby gets to be 15 years old. And somehow something happened where you need to do something like DNA or whatever for anything. And you find out this baby is not yours. And what immediately happens? The family, everybody start calling you. You've been raising them. You the daddy. You the daddy. Nobody thinks about this man's feelings. They just want him to continue the course and raise this baby like the child is the golden ticket. They always do that to men. And when we sit down and we really think about the things that happen with our sisters from every color, okay? Every color. How many false accusations of the grape? How many? Some of them decimate these young men while they're in college. And some of these men go to jail for many years until this thing eat away at this woman and then she want to come tell the truth. There's no consequences. Anything that a woman does and she lies about it, okay, we immediately think that, okay, well, she was scared at the time. She didn't, she was worried and this and that. She didn't recant the statement properly. This is what they say. But a man could never lie, honey. The world will crash down. A man can never lie. I don't care what happened. But and first of all, who else has a slogan that says believe all women? Do they have slogans out here that say believe men? None at all. I ain't never seen it a day in my life. They got slogans that say believe all women, no matter what. You even have some people running around here talking about the woman is God. But we don't carry the seed of life. We incubate the seed of life, but we don't carry it. But we're God. Can you imagine? I'm sorry. It's sad. It's sad. Listen, if I sit up here and say that I never lied before, I'm lying to myself. I'm lying to all of y'all that's on this camera right now. I have lied. But one thing that I always irked my nerve about my husband, he would catch me. He would catch me. Every time I tried, it never worked. And I think because we've been around each other too long. Because I used to be good at it. I ain't good at it no more. I will not sit up here and say I am holier than thou and I do everything right. I don't. But the only thing is that I have so much respect for my husband. I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to hurt him. So if you say something two-sided to me that don't sound right, I will report you to my husband. Yes, I will. Just like a little kid, how they run and go tell that, that's what I do. Okay? My husband will know. But I digress. I'm done. I'm done running my mouth.
Thank you, Take Heed. You know what? One thing I thought about, when people lie, it erodes trust. You know what I mean? It really does. You can't really bank on that. It's just one of those things. And I think that when people lie for self-preservation of your family, yeah, I can see that. But if you lie to somebody that's in your family, you actually rob that person of extending you grace. Think about it. You never gave that person an opportunity to extend you grace. And that's a virtue. So I wouldn't recommend lying as a habit, you know what I'm saying? Because you didn't give that person the ability to extend you grace. I really don't think so. There's another clip that we're going to bring up. I think Black Man had in the chamber. And we're going to pull this up and you guys tell me what to think. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and read these super chats because they're starting to pile up and I don't want nobody to think that we're ignoring them. We got another $2 super chat from Scorcher. He said, women are the best liars and leave Moses alone. We also have another $5 super chat from Scorcher. He said, if you will lie, you will cheat. If you cheat, you'll steal. If you steal, you'll kill, and most likely kill. All from this lie. He said, many are dead and in jail over a lie. Yes, indeed.
Hey, Lit, before you go on, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Travel One, who's been trolling the chat.
Okay.
She said, a wife is not commanded to love her husband.
Okay.
If you could put that up for a second, if you could find his
I got you, sir. I've been watching it. I try not to pay Travel One no attention, but I saw
no,
that.
well, put it up because I'm gonna dispel what she said in a second. But I
go ahead.
Right when she says this, a wife is not commanded to love her husband. A husband is commanded to love the wife. There's a passage in Ephesians that says a woman is commanded to respect her husband, which we all want. But if you go down to what I wrote from Titus, right? I'm in there. I wrote it down just a little while ago. Titus 2:4. It says that the older women are to teach younger women to love their husbands and love their children. So that dispels what she says right there. Right. So, that's a narrative that's been going around. So it's a lie. So if we're going to use one part of the Bible, of course, we got to use it all.
Yep. Use your context clues.
But there we go. So, I didn't make that up. Titus said it. So
that's right.
Anyway, so let's end it there. And you know what? The truth of the matter is when the real critical part is not just love their husbands, but love their children, because, and nobody wants to say it, but the number one predator against children are their mothers.
Ooh. Say it.
So we don't go around as men saying that, but it's true. So every time they told us how bad black men are, I said, well, you know what, women, you got your own thing too. So let's stop with the finger point.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and give us some super chat music. We're gonna break this thing down. We're gonna come back with a new clip.
Whatever you want, whoa, whatever you need, my heart belongs to you. Oh, whatever you need, there's nothing I won't do. Oh, whatever you want, my heart belongs to you. Whatever you need, my heart belongs to you. Whatever you need, there's nothing I won't do. Whatever you want, my heart belongs to you.
You know what Easy Money asked? He said, if women are the biggest predators against children, why don't men be a stay-at-home dads? Easy Money, we covered that in the beginning.
Money, man. He's so funny.
Easy Money. Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we
Yo.
can hear you.
Yeah. This is for easy money because he's not gonna come up here on the panel. I send him the link all the time. He don't come because he knows if he come up here, the smoke turns into fire and he gets 3rd-degree burns. However, I will say this. I want to turn it a little bit like I did earlier. If the hardest thing to do is to be a mom and a wife, then the man and the woman should switch places because pressure is for shoulders and not hips. So send the man home, let him raise the children, cook, clean, and do all the things that you need to do, and you go work your 9 to 5. This is easy. It's an easy transition. So, and you're not that Bible easy money because you know you're not prepared to go there with us on this panel tonight. However, I got another video I want to show real quick. And this is the last one before we get into the conversation about Sister Shaunie and her lies and how she lied to our brother Shaq. But I want to play this last video and then we'll go from there. Here we go.
Man is disrespected, it takes him to, it takes him to a different realm. When a husband is not respected by his wife or a father by his children, it depletes him. It takes him to a whole different realm. That's why we have to be very, very careful as wives and as daughters to our dads that we encourage and we uplift our husbands and our dads, because that's what encourages them to be a better man.
And didn't we just say that a few minutes ago? Yeah. Go ahead, take you. We're gonna let you lead this one out.
Oh, I just wanted to just listen to that again. That was amazing. I love that. I love
Man
that.
is disrespected, it takes him to, it takes him to a different realm. When a husband is not respected by his wife or a father by his children, it depletes him. It takes him to a whole different realm. That's why we have to be very, very careful as wives and as daughters to our dads that we encourage and we uplift our husbands and our dads, because that's what encourages them to be a better man.
Come on, take it.
She's right. She's right. I think a lot of women don't understand what an encouraging word to your husband means. I didn't either. I had to learn it along the way. But an encouraging word, a kind word to your husband, and tell him how much you appreciate him and how much you're so thankful for him, it goes a long way. And then I'm going to share something with you. In turn, he's going to give it back to you. He's going to tell you how much you mean to him, how much he thank God for you, and how of an amazing mother that you are to his children. So I love that. She's right. You have to let him know that he's needed. You have to let him know that he's appreciated. Most wives don't even know what to say to their husbands. I'll share a little tidbit with y'all. On Mother's Day, right? I took a picture, full body. Everybody know, y'all know I'm a big girl. So the shirt I had on, it goes to a dress. And the dress flows long, right? So I thought I looked pretty. I'm like, no, this look nice. And my king was like, can you wear something that show your hips? Because I'm tired of you wearing like these like long, big dresses and everything, you know. I would like to see you, you know, shapely, like when you were young sometimes. So I told him, I said, wow. He said, yeah. Yeah, I would like to see your behind sometimes. I don't. So I wore some leggings. And he looked at me, he said, I like that. It's very nice. You look nice. And I looked at him, I said, people gonna be looking at me. He was like, I don't care, you look beautiful to me. So I wore the leggings and I put on some heels and I rocked it. And that's what I did. Because it made my husband feel good. It made him want to see my hips, my waist, the way I sway when I walk. So it made him feel good. So I was fine with it.
Or you sway when you walk?
Put it down, our pain. You know the Mr. Watching now.
Seriously,
Hey, watch yourself.
That's how you know she's from a different generation. Because these women today, they hard legs. They don't sway nothing. They walk like they stomping grapes.
So when we went out to dinner and I got out, he opened up the car door for me. I got out the car and he said, I just want to see you walk. Just walk for me. And I just walked to the restaurant and I turned back, I looked at him and I smiled and he told me, when we get home, I just tell the kids to stay away from my room, like that. And I laughed. And I told my husband, I was like, you crazy. He was like, no, sometimes I want to see you like this. I know that you're supposed to wear dresses and it's supposed to flow big and everybody ain't supposed to see your shape and everything. He said, but sometimes I want to see you. And I look at him and I smiled and I looked at him. I said, baby, only you can love me like this. Only you can love me like this. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always praise my husband. It's not just because, I'm praising him for social media. I do it to him when these cameras go off. I tell him how much I appreciate him and how much I love him. Even when we going through struggling times and when times are hard, I tell him I appreciate you and I need you. I'm gonna tell you something, kid you not. I don't even think first of all, I don't even want to think to be in a life without my husband. That's the truth. I ain't even gonna sit up here and lie to y'all. Cause this man saved me when nobody else wanted to. Nobody else wanted to. I think that's the difference that women don't understand. You have men that want you, but they just want to fuck you. That's it. They just want to. And then you have men who will come and say, I deem you as queen. You will be my queen. We always miss that one. We don't miss the one that want to do this. And that's the sad part. So I love what she said. That was amazing. We need to start telling our husbands how much we appreciate them and how much we need them. It helps. It helps so much. You don't even know because the world is beating them up. The world is telling them they ain't shit. They ain't gonna never be shit. They never was shit. The world is telling them that nonsense. And so they believe it. So I will share something with you. I would never want to walk a mile in a man's shoes. Not even 2 steps. You couldn't get me to get in y'all shoes. Y'all shoes got thorns in it and rocks and dirt and oil and all that. I don't want to get in those shoes like that. I'd rather stay in my lane and make sure there's a warm meal on the stove and the house is clean and do my little job and do the little side hustle with the business and handle all that. Then do my husband job where this man on his feet 16 hours on your feet, walking constantly. Working for the U.S. Postal Service is hard. I could never, my king has been doing it for years. I could never walk in this man's shoes. So I'm done. I'm finished.
I just want to say something real quick before we go to the super chats and the gifts that were just given. I appreciate it. Easy Money Jones, I love him to death. I do. But sometimes I can tell, and no offense to him, but sometimes I can tell he was raised by a real strong black, real single, strong black woman. Simply because of the fact that he says this. He said, "Our pain. If a man is worthy of respect, he will get respect." Watch this. Let's go back up to the other one he said, because now if I took Easy Money Jones off of these messages, if we could be honest with each other for a second, if I took his name off, somebody would have said a woman said this. Raise your hand on this panel. If his name wasn't attached to these messages, it would sound like a woman talking. Praise the Lord, everybody. Okay, let's keep going on up here. Easy Money says, he also says something about respect is earned, not given. Don't that sound like most of the women that come on the panel?
Just as moist as he want to be.
Respect is earned, not given, especially when within the family dynamic. Listen, it's like salvation. Salvation is a gift. Most people say you have to work on it. You have to earn it. You don't. It was a gift from God, right, Mr. Bennett? Right. It was a gift.
That's right.
But most pastors preach that you got to work on it. I'm working on my soul salvation. No, it was a gift from God. The Bible also says, I'm going to go to the Bible and we're going to hop right back out to church and go have dinner here. The Bible also says, real quickly, that women love your husband. Husbands love your wives. Women respect your husbands. It never says women, let him earn it. Men have been given the authority as leaders, and you have to respect a man. A man should not have to come home and earn respect from his wife, because the respect should already be given to him. Because he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and it says wives respect their husbands. So the respect is already established. I'm preaching tonight. We're gonna get the offering tray out here in a minute.
That's right.
Yeah, well, I actually responded to Easy Money again.
I'm gonna turn you loose, Mr. Bennett.
I appreciate the guy.
Go ahead.
But yeah, no. And this, I think men and women get this wrong. Respect is to be given.
There you
always.
go. Thank you, Mr.
Trust is earned.
There you go.
Trust is earned.
There you go, Mr.
But respect, because certainly someone who's been created in the image of God, that in and of itself is to be respected. And unfortunately, we go around with this thing. That's why people are not, or that's why we discard people so easily. So I've always disagree with that. You respect anyone. That's why you raise your kids to say yes sir and yes ma'am. It's not that person earned anything from you, but you respect them for that, and then you earn that back. So I've never believed that. But to trust, yeah, you got to earn trust, and but I think people get those. I think people get those concepts confused sometimes.
And in the words of an old grandfather, we got 30 seconds before we get into our next topic, so I want to get this out the way real quick. Even the old men used to say, you ain't got to respect me, but you're not going to disrespect me. So when it comes to this right here, you can respect your boss, but if he ain't shit, you can't rock with him. Go tell him that. I'm going to go tell my dad, you know what? You ain't shit. I don't rock with you. When I wake up, there'll be a new realization that I just got my ass knocked out because I'm being disrespectful. At the end of the day, he is still my father, and he is still to be respected. Now, do I have to go around him as an adult? I don't have to go around him as an adult, right? But in his presence, it is to respect. The Bible says, honor thy mother and thy father, and thy days will be. I'm not trying to preach tonight. Okay.
Long. So also, you don't forget, when you get married, it says love, honor, and obey.
Oh, you listen to me, because even in those vows, it says love, honor, obey. It never says the man. Never says the man says cherish. The woman says obey.
It doesn't say respect in the vows.
That's where honor comes from.
Well, the vows aren't in the Bible. So when we made those up, it's not there. All right.
Yeah.
So
that's probably the reason why marriage is.
But I just want to.
The answer to the question is no. Respect is
right,
not
but I'm saying, but the vows, there's no marital vows in the Bible. It's just not there.
I wasn't asking whether or not it was in the Bible. I was asking, is the
I'm not
respect in the vows?
No. But they've changed it. A lot of women have taken obey out of those vows. Oh, that's
true. Look like they done took honor out too.
Honor out too.
We're just being honest, man.
They've taken everything out of the vows that will require them to be a lady.
Yep,
pretty much. Pretty much.
That's why on some of these men, like Easy Money, on his wedding night, his wife pulled out a strap on. Listen, marriage, politics, and sports.
Let's
Give
keep
it-
it
but it's
above.
fair.
Let's keep it above the belt, brother.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Keep it above the belt.
I'm sorry. I will. I promise. And that came out. I don't know what happened. I had a Dave Chappelle moment. Marriage, politics, and sports. Thank you, Arpain. He gifted 5 Black Men Unfiltered Network memberships. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it, my guy. Appreciate it, man. Let me give y'all some real funky here. You know what? I'm tired of watching everybody else. I am. But I do want to go here. Let's go here. Because I want to hear her tonight.
Plus sizes. They said big bag bitch, get to the bag. They said big bag bitch, you want a snack? Well, this big bag bitch, she got the stack. So put big bag bitch clothes on the rack. Ooh, on the macaroni. Move and shake it for me. Ooh, we shaking and quaking. The brands are phony. Ooh, the brands are phony. Ooh, they need a Tony. They need an Emmy, Oscar, Grammy, cause the shit's baloney. The way they be faking like they're making all the sizes. If you ain't got at least a 4X, you ain't trying. Ooh, so give it to us, baby. Give us our guy. Give it to us when we step on the spot. Ooh, plus sizes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was. Oh, I'll go ahead. I know that's your ex. Go ahead. Lost the translation. You can tell them who that was.
That was Sausage Biscuit. Come to the record store near you.
All right, I appreciate it. That is,
you know what, Black man. Here's the thing. I want to help people out with this respect thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't say it to my face, you don't need to say it.
I know that's right. You preaching tonight.
I'm gonna tell you why. If you disrespect me to my face, there are consequences. There are consequences. So be careful. You can't just walk up to any old body and just disrespect people. You know what I'm saying? Say whatever it is you want. People love to get greasy down in the comment section. But as soon as you meet these people in person, they humble as a lamb.
Yeah, they'll start looking at the clearance section. They'll start looking at the Christmas sweaters in the clearance section.
If you're not disrespecting them, does that automatically mean that you're respecting them?
No.
So there is a way that you can communicate with a person without giving them respect,
right,
and also not disrespecting them.
Yeah, but if you talk greasy to me like you talk greasy to these folks in these chats,
everybody can't beat everybody. Somebody's gonna lose.
Now, look, I certainly think respect can be lost.
Yes.
I certainly think respect can be lost. It's almost like you come in at a certain level, like you come in with a certain currency. You can spend it.
Like Ryan Garcia.
Right.
Yeah, you Lion Garcia.
Right, exactly.
So you right. So if I again I meet you, I say hello, you know, I address you by your name or whatever. Now, if you come back disrespect, I don't have to engage you. Now, right. I still might not go back at you with the same energy. I may just walk away from you. But again, I have to come at people a certain way. If I just come to you and just start disrespecting you or just discarding you from rip, I don't think that's good for society. So I think that's why we teach our kids very early to respect elders, respect teachers and whatnot. They can lose it. And again, things have to be dealt with, but you don't, for people to just go with this attitude, I don't have to respect you unless you do this. I mean, that's a terrible way to run a society that way.
No, it's not. No, it's not. This respect thing is a very old school, archaic way of thinking. And it's the way that you guys have probably been raised. I was not raised to just give anybody respect. But it also didn't mean that, and that's why I asked the question, does it mean that I'm automatically disrespecting you? The answer to that question is no. I'm not disrespecting you by not respecting you. You have to give me something to respect. I don't just respect people just off rip. Now, can I be cordial with you? Can I be decent with you? Can I be a normal human being? Absolutely. I don't have to disrespect you.
But being cordial, listen, Trey, but being cordial is being respectful.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Why not? Because you didn't start out with something bad, right?
That's your
You
belief.
didn't start out with something bad, right?
Nobody on these panels has done anything for me to respect you. That's how this works for me. That doesn't mean I have to be disrespectful to you, though.
Right.
But respect is earned. I've always been there. I need to do something. And that's why when you see, speaking of boxers and UFC fighters, at the end of the fight, what do they say? I respect them. What do you respect about them? I respect their ability to compete. They've done something to earn that respect.
Now you know what?
We're going around just handing out respect. Like, hey, did you get your respect today? Did you get your respect today? No, that's not how that works.
Now I'm gonna jump down the rabbit hole real quick. We're gonna jump back up and go to this last video. Look at this. Now, my sister from another missus in the chat. I'm so glad she had. Wish she was on this panel tonight. She be hiding from us. I don't know. I'm gonna hunt her ass down. Wife School Podcast in the building tonight. She say Trey is right. Now listen, this rabbit hole, I'm about to jump down with my eyes closed. I hope my glasses fall off so I can't see, so I can get back up out of here real quick. I think this. Okay, say for instance, I'm walking down the street, and Wife School Podcast is. I respect women. Okay, and I'm walking down the street, and I pass by Wife School, and a dude is telling Wife School, "You bitch, I'll bust your motherfucking head to the white meat hoe, motherfucker bitch." Well, I'm cordial. I don't know her. She ain't earned my respect. If he beat her ass or cuss her ass out, ain't got shit to do with me. I rest my case, Your Honor. All right, let's go to the last video.
No, you didn't rest anything. That was terrible.
You forgot me, BMU.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. That ain't terrible. Because think about it, Trey. I ain't talking about from a man perspective. I'm talking about she ain't earned my respect. She ain't earned my respect for me to protect her. Still, I don't know you.
Sir, that has nothing to do with respect.
What you mean?
You know what the issue is?
Go ahead.
A lot of you guys that were raised in the South.
I miss you, Trey.
A lot of you guys that were raised in the South. I miss y'all too, trust me. A lot of you guys that were raised in the South, or a lot of you guys that were that have like Southern upbringing, this is how you were taught. This is how you were taught. You were taught to respect everybody, especially those that had more societal, you know what I mean, like leverage over you, like they were older than you, your elders, your parents, or your aunts, uncles. That's the way you guys were raised. And I don't have a problem with it, but I think what happens is that we get to this point now where we have older people who, well, I'm older now, and you should just respect me. And it's like, well,
no, that's not true, Trey.
I never took it that way.
Here's the thing, Trey.
I never took it that way.
Listen, we respect people like the wait staff. You know what I'm saying? People we don't have to. We just do it because it's cordial. And you're supposed to respect other people.
No, they've earned it.
No, they haven't. They ain't brought me my. They haven't brought me my sweet tea yet.
They're on the wait staff. You know what they do for a living.
They haven't done nothing. They haven't done nothing yet. They haven't done nothing yet. That'll be like me walking up to the waiter and punching them in the face.
And
say, "Hey, you didn't bring me my sweet tea fast enough."
You respect wait staff because you've been to a restaurant before and you've dealt with a waiter before, so you know what they go through. That's why you respect them.
Right.
They've earned it. We know what they do.
Trey, what about
we know what firefighters do? I know firefighters run into a burning building while everybody else is running out.
Trey,
I respect it.
What about the police? They haven't earned my respect.
Sure they have.
No, they haven't.
Sure they have.
How?
Lost in translation. Right now, there's a police officer on patrol, driving around in your neighborhood, and just because you can't see him or you didn't hear his sirens or his lights doesn't mean he's not working, sir. He earned it.
How?
Trust me, I did it for a living.
He didn't do nothing for me.
Yes, he did do it for you.
How?
He does it.
He
for
do nothing directly.
He does it for everybody.
He hasn't done anything directly for me.
He does. He does it for everybody in his patrol.
Are you afraid of these facts you're about to get?
Just because he didn't say it specifically for you, I'm doing it specifically for loss of translation, doesn't mean he's not doing anything for you. He's doing it for the area that he was assigned. And trust me, if you called right now 911, he would show up.
That's his job.
Okay. Well,
that's what you just said about the wait staff. It was his job, right?
No. I'm saying that we understand what the wait staff does for a living. Just like I understand what the police officer does for a living. I understand what a firefighter does for a living. A doctor does for a living. I respect it because I know what they do.
Right. I don't have
Not
to.
about it just being their job. They don't have.
I don't have to.
It's a volunteer job. They don't.
I don't have to.
Well, then don't.
Exactly.
That's my whole point of respect. It's earned. So if you don't feel as though that person has to earn your respect, then don't respect them.
Right.
But the way y'all make it seem is that everybody gets respect.
Because you don't know who you're dealing with.
Given. The word you guys used was given. And it's
respect is given, and at the same time can be lost.
No, I disagree.
But
it's earned.
Right, and I respect that. We disagree on it. But again,
All right,
but as far as that thing as being in the South, no, I think that's how you're. I'm born and raised in New Jersey. But again, from the teachers, the schools I went to, everything is like you respect those in authority, you respect those who have positions. Even a guy on the street, you don't disrespect them or what have you. I mean, there's just a level. There's levels that you start at. It's a human being. Now, again, can they do things that you lose respect for them? Yeah, absolutely. And definitely you don't earn any trust with anybody. If you lie to me, if you do things, oh yeah, I'm definitely not rocking with you, and I don't have to.
All right, so we're gonna get Embrace the Grace in here. Then we got the last video of the night, and then we're gonna rock up out of here. Embrace the Grace, talk to me.
I know I sound like a broken record with this, but at the end of the day, respect is a learned behavior. And if we're not taught respect at a young age, you grow up to be a disrespectful person. But what a lot of women have to understand, that love to a man equates respect. That's how a man feels loved, is by being respected. And the little things that you can do every day to show him love is by being respectful, by making sure his kids are being respectful to him. But again, if you don't grow up seeing this, if you don't grow up being taught this, I've always been taught to respect authority. I've always been taught to respect my elders. Anybody older than me, you show them respect until they give you a reason not to respect them. Some cops I don't like, Trey, but I respect them because of what they do and every day and come out here and protect us. But just because you wear the uniform, are we supposed to respect you? Because we know sometimes men and women that wear that uniform don't deserve respect. But I was always, my father used to tell me, you don't have to like me, but you will respect me. So, and I tell people that all the time when I was coaching, when I was a manager. I said, I don't give a fuck if you don't like me. You don't have to like me, but you will respect me. And a lot of times we don't demand respect. We just take what we're given. And again, we don't set boundaries and we don't set standards for ourselves. I digress. My mic is muted.
All right, let me play this last video, and then we're going to discuss this, because this is what we're talking about tonight. She never loved you, Trey. She never loved him. She just was there for the money. Here we go.
You said, looking back, I don't know that I was ever really in love with the man. Made me want to cry.
Yeah.
But I was in love with the idea of being married to the man I had a family with. I was in love with the idea of building a life together.
Absolutely. I was in love with the partnership that I never got. I didn't experience partnership in a relationship until now. But Shaquille and I have a great relationship now.
Beautiful children.
And beautiful children. I would not change any part of my story, not one part of my story, no matter how depressed, how sad, how much at the bottom I felt. I would not change one part of it, because I feel like my reward is now. Like I am,
Who do y'all need to see that again?
No, man, we good. We good, man. You on mute.
You're
Black
muted,
man.
Black man.
She's just a whore of Babylon. I just want to put that out there. She is horrible. And I told my wife this years ago. I said she was with that man, got that man last name, we made all that money. Before she got with Shaq, she was selling Payless shoes and onion rings at Sonic. So just, she basically used that man for everything. But go ahead, Loss. Walk us through this one.
Here's my thing. If you listen to what she says she respects the position of husband, but not the man. There are so many women who are in love with the idea of being in love.
Yes.
They're in the idea of being married. You see what I'm saying? And any old person would do. I had this conversation with a female friend of mine the other day. And I said, you really don't like this man. You don't know nothing he do. You don't even say what he do for you, what you do for him. All you do is bragging about what he do for you. You know what I'm saying? I said, that's how I know you ain't ready. You don't even know this dude. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same reason with Shaunie, man, in this particular situation. She was in love with the position of wife. And she was in love with the position of husband and growing and building the idea of marriage. But she never really loved the man himself. And I think when you tell a man something like that, that's basically dishonoring him as a man. And I think we lose that sometimes. And that's a hard sell to try to sell a man on marriage when most of the time it's generally for, provision and resources and all this other stuff. And you really don't care nothing about him. Men work extra hard for somebody who actually give a damn about them. But in this particular situation, if you try to sell marriage to somebody who after they see this, that's going to be a hard pill to swallow because you really don't know. Even if you ask them to their face, tonight we just said it's okay to lie. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. Just as long as you take care of your family or whatever. It's like men don't know what to believe, man. And I think she did him a disservice when she dishonored Shaq. And in essence, I think she really dishonored her current husband too by saying something like that. And I'm going to leave it at that, man.
Because all those years you were single, you said nothing. You wait till you get married to this pastor who is hushing people. You wait till you get married and then you write this memoir. You really didn't love Shaq, baby. You was popping them kids out like Pringle tops at a school picnic. And you knew those children were investments. You knew that. Trey, come on, man. Just come on. I want you to come out now. Trey, before you start, I'll make sure I don't want the new Trey. Okay? I want the old Trey with the sword and the shield.
You don't want to fold no more clothes, Trey.
Trey been out dating. He didn't change the shaving cream for his hair and everything.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
He got a little blue peel in.
Trey, he don't want the better version of you.
I don't even use shaving cream for my hair.
Oh man, that's
anyway.
crazy, man.
Lucy Alice.
Shaunie O'Neal has always been a disgusting piece of shit to me, personally.
I agree.
From her time on reality TV shows and what she did to some of the ladies on those reality TV shows, I think she exploited them for her own personal gain. I think she was executive producing some of those shows. She's disgusting. She is. But this is why I wrote what I wrote at the bottom. Modern women are incapable of love. In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, it doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong. But when I hear the word love, I immediately hear the word selfless. It's no longer about me. It's not about me. So when somebody says that they're in love with someone, I think to myself, they've made it all about the person that they're with. Whether it's their husband, whomever. They made it about that other person. There's nothing about her, in my opinion, that ever screams that she was a selfless person. I think that she probably planned this entire thing out from the very beginning because Shaq is not a very bright individual, if you haven't noticed. He's not very bright. A lot of these NBA players are not very bright. I've been watching the game. Dallas Mavericks are playing. There's a player by the name of PJ Washington. You guys know who he's attached to.
Yes, sir.
He's playing very well, extremely well right now. But he's not very bright. He got caught up in some stuff with Brittany Renner. They're not very bright. And so this idea that we get women who now want to make it seem as though, well, I don't know if I really kind of actually loved him, but no, you didn't. You never intended on it. That was never a part of the plan. Love was never a part of the plan. The plan was for you to get in, secure your spot, confirm your spot by getting pregnant. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe she hid some money from Shaq as they were going throughout their divorce.
No. She hid money from Shaq, and she also used his money to fund her side nigga.
So there you go.
She got him a condo, bought him a car. They were caught traveling together on Shaq's jet. All type of she was bold with it, boy. She was bold with it.
Disgusting piece of shit.
Exactly,
what she is. And this is why I have said time and time again to these younger guys when I talk to them, your vetting process, stop telling me I knew within 3 weeks. I knew within a month. Bullshit, you knew. There's no way in today's society with today's woman that you could ever be able to work through all those personalities and all those lies she's telling. There's no way you can work through all of that in 1 month. It's going to take at minimum a year. You need to be able to find out exactly what type of woman she truly is. And the only way for y'all to do that is for y'all to go through some shit. That's the only way. We need to see who she truly is. Now, I would imagine that her and Shaq have gone through a few things, but what Shaunie, what are you getting? Who knows? Because as far as I'm concerned, these NBA wives all have a plan. And then they all develop an exit plan. They know exactly what they're doing. These are not stupid women. The ball players are the stupid ones. These are not stupid women. She's disgusting. And every opportunity Shaunie gets, she shows us just how disgusting she is.
Oh, you was cooking. Mr. Bennett, since you put the bunk bed up at the bottom. Mr. Bennett, can you do the top part of the bunk bed? We're gonna get Take Heed. I know Take Heed is boiling like a bucket of beans at a deer farm right now. I know she ready to go. Woo, I heard her show, boy. She go ahead, Mr. I can't wait. Go ahead, Mr. Bennett.
I may take a Tina Turner turn right here.
Whoa.
But what love's got to do with it?
Uh-oh.
She said she wasn't in love with him. And again, since everyone's been all over the Bible tonight and all this kind of stuff, I didn't really see, there's not a whole lot in there that says, for all those scriptures that were quoted tonight, none of them talked about being in love. The one in Ephesians where the husband's supposed to love his wife, the love term, that there's 4 types of love defined in the Bible. The word that's used there is agape. So, Trey, to your point about a husband loving his wife unconditionally, that word is used in that instance. Now, the one that our Payne was talking about, where it said the women should teach the younger women how to love their husbands, there's a different word that's used. It's a philia word. So it means affection for her husband. And then the word for loving the children is another word there that's used for the love of children. There's a difference between loving your husband and loving your children, and separate words are used there. But this whole idea of being in love, I'm sorry, for the most of human history, it wasn't a thing. People got arranged, people got betrothed, had nothing to do with I was so in love with him or her. You built love over time. But in the last couple hundred years, we've made this thing of I got to be in love with somebody the ultimate. If you're not in love with me, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't function, where most of human history has functioned off of marriage being an arrangement. You know, yes, I love you. I take care of you unconditionally. You respect me as a man. And most people are okay with that. But I think due to advertising, due to De Beers and all these marketing campaigns and the songs that we listen to, that this love thing, you got to be on cloud 9 or head over heels for somebody. And I just don't think that over a stretch of a marriage, you're not going to be in that state all the time. So the fact that she said she wasn't in love with him, that didn't really bother me too much as it did other people. But did she respect him? And it seems like from her actions, from what's been described, she didn't respect him. And ultimately, and certainly that will wreck a marriage when you don't respect somebody. But this idea of being in love, I think it's overly used. I don't need my wife to tell me every day how much she loves me. But her respect for me every day, yeah, that's essential. Like Embrace was saying, you know, respect for us is more desired, I think, over just the emotional attachment and the babies and the, you know, all that kind of stuff. Now, respect me every day is going to, you know, and every once in a while you want to drop the I love you in there, do something special, nice, all the nice platitudes and whatnot. That's fine. But that's just the fuel that I run on, and I think a lot of men run on. So why are men all of a sudden now broken up because a woman says she's not in love with you? Yeah, maybe she might be there because it's a practical reason to be married to you because you take care of stuff. Maybe that's the reason. But all that for all this time over human history, that was enough. And now we're saying she has to be in love with us. I mean, I don't know if it's for the better or for the worse. I don't know, but I just know that certainly in the Bible, most of them, you got the Songs of Solomon, and that's a different type of love right there. Songs of Solomon, that's eros, that's erotic, sexual love. And even that you're not going to have all the time. So, you know, I think if we're going to talk about the concept of the idea of love, understand what type of love that we're talking about, And really, it's the love that really gets you through day to day versus trying to live on, it's like trying to live on candy and chocolates all the time. But now sometimes you need your broccoli and your chicken breast and your, you know, your healthy food. That's what's going to give you longevity. The occasional sweet, the going out every once in a while, yeah, that's great. But, you know, I just think people are just kind of over blowing this. But yeah, she did some things that was untrustworthy. And he admits he wasn't no two shakes either. And yeah, so the marriage didn't last because I don't think neither one respected one another in that instance. But you know, I just see it, you know, a little bit different. The in love thing, I think it's played out. I honestly do.
Now, Mr. Bennett, according to Mr. Payne, who's going next, you got to fill their cup up. They got to feel love all the time.
No, I never said that.
You're a goddamn liar, Payne. You sit here tonight and lie, goddamn it now. You
No,
know
I
what you said.
didn't say that.
Arbor, what'd you say?
Well, I didn't say that. Listen, let me.
This is what you said. I'm gonna tell you what you said. You mean to tell me you guys don't fucking fill up your fucking cup? What kind of shit is this?
Well, hold on. I didn't say that means, that's not the same thing as you got to be in love all the time. Well, let me just go ahead and say what I got to say without you prejudicing the goddamn jury pool. How about that? How about we do that?
That's right, our Payne.
Listen, first of all, even in the Bible, you know, Mr. Bennett, you can answer this one. When it says husbands love your wives, what kind of love do you think God is asking?
I told you. It's the word is agape, which is the unconditional. That's like the God type of love. You love unconditionally.
So God asks us to love our wives unconditionally, regardless of what they give back to us. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that's what the word said. You can take it.
Okay. No, let's go with that. See, because I hear what you're saying. I don't disagree with what you're saying, but it's not the fact that she said that well, hold on. Let me finish. It's not the fact that she said she never was in love with him. It's the fact that here's a man who took a woman who was given a box for chicken dinners and turkey steaks and shit like that, and took her off the streets and gave her a life that 1% of women will ever fucking get. And even if she believed what she just said, she should have kept that shit to herself, period. And that's why she's getting flack. Who gives a shit whether she was in love with him or not? I mean, listen, even if he was a philanderer, every goddamn woman who marries an NBA player knows that he's sticking his dick in other women. Stop. I mean, let's not act like she's some kind of fucking innocent chick out there. And, you know, so she gave him babies, and so she could solidify her hold on the money. He adopted her first son, and all the shit that he did for her, he didn't deserve her to come out and say that bullshit so she could sell a book. You know, she's been using his name for years. You know, when is a man, listen, if for nothing else, let me go out in peace. You know, you don't have to love me no more. You don't even have to even love me anymore. Don't tell me you respect me after you saying some shit like that. Using my name to make yourself rich and all that shit. And then I got to hear you say in front of me and all our goddamn children that you never loved me. You never was in love with me. Why? She's selfish as all fucking hell, man. And she deserves everything she's getting. And she came out and tried to clean it up and make it work.
Pain?
Yeah.
Is this you tonight?
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Why you expect anything?
Let him cook.
Let him cook now.
I'm in a state of shock.
Hey, he cooking, ain't he? He cooking, ain't
Yeah, all I'm just saying, man, that's why most men are mad at her. It's not because she was never in love with him or not. It's why she did it and when she did it. And she needs to deserve all the shit. Here's another problem. I can't stand all these goddamn talk shows that give these people, these women, these softball goddamn fucking interviews and never say anything. I mean, she's sitting down across from a woman and said, wait a minute. Why would you choose this time to say some shit like that about your husband? Or even with fucking Tia Mowry, the bitch, if you sit down here telling me I'm gonna leave my vows, fuck those kids and everybody because I'm not happy, and nobody said to her, hey Tia, what the fuck are you talking about? Nobody still hasn't said that shit to her, man. What are you talking about? I mean, what the fuck is going on? And, you know, and then in the backdrop, we find out that the Department of Homeland Defense has a fucking book of men in the manosphere that they put on a hate list.
Did you hear what I said?
Right? So it's just speaking out for men. That's just dangerous. And I don't want to go too far in politics, but I mean, all this shit is connected to me. And, Bill Gates' wife just left the foundation, got $12 billion to propel women above men. That's what she's going to use it for. And just saying that, so there's a lot of cabal shit going on, man. I'm telling you, we were just sitting down here as men, fat, dumb, and happy because we get a little ass once in a while. I'm telling you, man. If we don't get our shit together, we're going to be. Can you imagine us running a world filled with emotional women at the top? Holy shit, man. That's it, man. I'm done, man.
Hey, man, I got into you tonight.
Hey, black man, can I say? I know you're gonna let the ladies go.
Yeah.
I want to address something real quick. These celebrities and these athletes, when these women come into their lives, let's be very clear about something. They were never number one to begin with.
Exactly.
They were never in a number one spot to begin with. So this idea that he wasn't faithful in the marriage, he wasn't faithful before.
And she knew it.
And you knew it. And you got with him anyway. You married him anyway. He was cheating on you before y'all got married. And somehow he's supposed to flip some sort of light switch. And now all of a sudden he's a faithful man. Get the fuck out of here. Stop it. So when I see people like Anissa writing these comments about, well, he wasn't that great. He wasn't that great from the beginning. You knew what it was from the beginning. I'm going to tell you what you saw. You saw a man who was 7'1", 300 some odd pounds, and he was getting ready to make a whole lot of money.
Yep.
And you knew it.
And she brought her Trey. And Trey, answer this for me. Then we're gonna let Take Heed get in here. Answer this for me. Who was Shaunie before Shaq met her?
Nobody.
She was working at Wendy's. Would you like a 4 for $4? What kind of sauce would you like?
She was like Keith Sweat. Nobody.
She was nothing.
Get out of here, man. That bothers me. You enter into this world with these men who have barely ever been told no. They rarely get told no. They don't hear the word no. It doesn't exist.
My God.
Listen to these podcasts when these men say, when y'all see the girls that be sitting on the sidelines of the game, how y'all get them? Oh, we just send the ball boy over to go get them. Oh, we just send the water boy over to go get them. That's it. Yeah, we just don't ever. I'm gonna tell you right now, if your girl fine, don't ever take her to a game and sit on the floor. Don't ever take her, because them NBA players will send their homeboy over to go give her his number. As soon as you get up to go get a hot dog, as soon as you go glizzy hunting, he's gonna be over there giving his number to your girl if she's bad enough. They peeping her in warm-ups. While they warming up, they peeping all the talent that's around on the floor seat. They already know what time it is. You signed up for this nonsense. Stop trying to make it seem like you're innocent and you're the victim now. You knew what time it was.
Yep. And Trey, let me say this, Trey, and then we're gonna let Take Heed cook. I have a cousin. Look him up right now. His name is Richard Murphy. Used to play for the Jaguars, NFL. Played one season, blew his knee out, went home forever. Right? He said all you had to do is have the uniform on. He said he met one girl. The mama was pushing the girl up on him. Go get him. What are you waiting for? He said the girl kept saying, I'm uncomfortable. He said the girl mama was showing the daughter what to do. And he ended up having sex with both of them.
Did you hear what I said?
I said, cuz. And you ain't call your boy? This was before I got married. I said, you ain't call your boy? I could help you with the mama. But yeah, he said the mama came in and giving him, hey, baby, look, this is how you do it. Come on, you gotta know what to do. Damn, I said, my cousin, boy, he had some fun, goddamn. Okay, back to normal. Back to church.
Black man, how many books do you think Shaunie would have sold if she had married a dude named Tron?
She would have married a nigga named Easy Money.
She probably would have sold 3 books. They would have been paperback, pamphlet form, you know what I'm saying, by 6 pages. Tron was bad to me. Don't nobody care nothing about no Tron.
Hey, but you know what though? I'm gonna agree with Trey. when these men out here, you just think about it. LeBron James gets $24 million a week. What woman is not going to push herself up on a man who getting $24 million every Thursday? And these wives know, I'm at home, I bear these children, I look good, because Savannah look good. Well, Savannah looks, woo, Lord. But there's girls out there that look 20, 30 times better than Savannah, throwing that ass at LeBron every night. And I know for a fact that LeBron had hit probably 90% of them and make them sign the NDA.
LeBron ran down the wrong side of the escalator to get away from these hoes.
You sure did. You slid down that bad boy.
He ran down the wrong side of the escalator to try to get away from them. They out here.
Do you remember
Steph
Steph
Curry? When you live in that kind of lifestyle, come on, man.
Listen, do you remember
so miss me with all this? Oh, you knew what time it was. We all know what time it is when we looking at a first or second round draft pick. We know what time it is.
What's the girl that was on the sideline and when Steph Curry got the ball, she leaned back and started rubbing her breasts, open her legs?
Man, she had a drink licking the side of the cup and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Halle Berry was biting her lip.
Halle Berry. Come on, take heat. Talk to us tonight.
I'm gonna need you to let that mute button go now. Come on here. Cook.
Wait, now look. See, Anissa, you see how she started trouble? Can somebody pull that up for me real quick?
Which one? Which one?
Put in there, right? Anissa,
this one right here?
Yes. Okay. You know why Shaq said he will always take care of her no matter who she married? Because she had those babies. She had those babies.
Those investments.
He loved his children. Even the child that he had when he was young, that girl is in his business. He loved his kids. He loved his offspring. That's why he said he don't care. You want to know why? Because he want them children to know that daddy always gonna do right.
Yeah.
Daddy always gonna do right no matter what. And I'm gonna share something with you. It's a little guilt trip too. Because he felt in his heart at the time when he came on social media, he said that Shaunie was a good wife. She did everything she was supposed to do. I messed up. That's what he said. He did not think she was going to go and write an all-tale book about him. If he thought she was going to do that, you would never heard him say peep. How dare you? Now, this is the problem that I got. When I worked in Newark, right? Okay. We have a private hangar for United where all the NFL stars would come in, right? So they would not go through security, or either we would go to the stadium in New York and scan them and they would get on the bus and go. Okay. You know how many times these men said, is you going to see the hoes or you going home to wifey? And they would say, well, first I'm going to see the hoes and then I'm going home to wifey. So these men, they listen. When you pick number 10, you come with number 10 consequences. When you pick number 10, ladies, I want you to know that number 10 come with consequences. Ugly Money on IG said it best. Pick your number. Not saying that number 1 is beneath or number 2 is beneath or they don't have anything. He wasn't saying that. He's saying if y'all all y'all heifers pick 10, y'all all gonna be baby mamas. But if you pick your number, you gonna be the wife. And ladies, if you pick number 10 and you wind up being the wife, you got to deal with the 9 other chicks that want to give him some pussy. You got to deal with that. That's your problem right there. If you want to sit up there and be queen, you got to learn that some of this nonsense is going to happen. So she chose that. I don't feel bad for her. Those women that were NFL wives, those women, I didn't feel bad for them when I saw them getting on the bus with their husbands. I didn't feel bad for them. This woman living in a mansion. She know what her husband doing. And what she do when he come home, what she do, baby? You want to take your shot? She already know. She already know. So let's not get up here and act like she didn't know that Shaq was doing this bullshit before. And the problem is that why she was able to do all this nonsense to this man now and desecrate him and disrespect him and everything like that is because she never really respected him in the first place. I always say that on my channel. Never love a man first. Never accept love first. Wanna know why? Because if a man accept love from a woman first, this woman can always disrespect him. She can always, in private and in public, she will get indignant with this man if she loves him. But if she respects him first, respect brings love. It brings love. Love don't bring respect. I can curse you out and call you a motherfucker. You ain't gonna never have nothing. You never will be nothing. You just like your raggedy ass daddy. I can say all that and still love you. But if I respect you, I'm not gonna say none of that bullshit. I don't care how mad I am with you. I'm not gonna say that. This is the thing that we miss.
Yeah.
He crucified this man and he loved her in spite of everything. Do you know how much pussy this man was getting thrown at him without even having a baby mama? Some of these women was messing with him, ain't had no baby. But yet he picked you and took your son and made your son his own and made no division amongst his children and your child. But yet now you married to the pastor. First of all, if I was the pastor, I'm looking at her two-sided like this. I'm looking at her two-sided because you have desecrated this man. First of all, the pastor don't make no money like this man. Pastor ain't never seen no money like this man. So you can go and desecrate this man. What you think she gonna do to you when y'all divorce? She gonna write a book about you and how you lied on that woman, talking about she been doing that hollering for 4 years. You're lying. Ain't no pastor will let somebody in the church hollering and hooping for 4 years and you couldn't get it under control. That does not make sense. But yet and still, we will sit up here and say, woe is me, Shaunie was used, she was this, because the fake sisterhood is behind her. But you knew what you was getting into when you was messing with this man. I do not feel bad for her. You picked number 10. If you didn't want all that nonsense to happen to you, you should have picked your number. Number 10 is not your number. Number 10, ladies, is not for the faint of hearts. You have to know how to share. Okay? You have to know how to share. Your dick will be shared amongst nine other women. So that is her fault. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, well, Shaq did it. Yeah, Shaq did it. He did it before. When they were dating, she knew he was screwing other women. So when y'all got married, you thought he was gonna stop? She signed up for that. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad. And I'm done.
And I'm gonna say this: a lot of ones.
I had a question for her after. Go ahead, Black Man.
Yeah, a lot of ones are with 10s. A lot of ones think they're 10s until the 10s show up. Because what happens is Shaq right now can probably take his big ass in the middle of Los Angeles in a party, which he does a lot. He'll just show up at any random ass party and turn it out. Go to a random ass party, he can just say, you, get in the car. You, get in the car. The women ain't gonna say, we're not fucking you together. No, they're gonna get in the goddamn car. and they're going to go and have sex with him and then move on with their lives.
Facts.
You have to understand that, listen, temptation is one thing. Like regular 9 to 5 guys like us, we'll get a little temptation every now and then. But imagine you in the league for 20 years and every damn day every game you play, 85 games a year, it's tens every day trying to put your penis in their mouth. At what point do you say, here? I don't know, no man can sustain that. Mr. Bennett, could you sustain it, Mr. Bennett, right now? If you was Mr. Bennett, if you was the
I have no idea, but that's actually the question I have to take heed. Do you think that it is inevitable for a man of that means, whether he be a businessman, player, or whatever, if your husband, as great as he is, tomorrow became a multi-millionaire and people knew he was a multi-millionaire, could you keep him from those temptations of going astray elsewhere? Or is it just, should women, if that's the type of man you want, a man with means, should you just accept that could come with it, and you bear the consequences if you decide to go that route? Accept that goes with it.
She ready.
So I'm gonna share this with you.
Oh, she ready.
My husband, before I married my husband.
Oh, Lord help us.
My husband, he can throw from the free throw line real good. Okay? Real good. My husband was terrible. Okay? Now, and it's all right. It's all right. He was terrible. And he'll put his hand up and say he did it. He did it. Okay? But the thing is that if he was in that, if today he has won the lottery or something happened where he gained a whole bunch of money.
400 million. Yeah.
The problem is
But
that
people got to know it though. He can't do it on the side tip because again, he's going to attract the attention of those women and those people coming after. So people got to know he's got it like that. It can't just be on the sneak tip.
Oh, yeah. Let me share something with you. If this happened to my king, okay, only how I would know that he done it, she gotta have a big backside, honey. Her backside gotta be big. If it's small, I'm gonna look at you and say you lying. You lying. But if you got a big backside, baby, I don't throw it. I listen. Once I tell a woman, just turn around real quick. Just turn around. I just need to see something. Turn around. Once she turn around, I already know he done done it. Okay? I don't already know he done done it. Okay? He ain't even got to tell me. He just got to look at me real funny. And I already know he done done it. Okay? But I'm going to share something with you. My king done a lot of stuff. And as old as he is now, I think he can only knock one down. It's just me. But if he still was in his prime, if my king was still in his prime, Lord, I'll be in trouble. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
and do you think he's able to compartmentalize that you would still be his queen? You would still be his queen, but his package may make other destinations.
Yeah, he's gonna have concubines. Absolutely. His concubines, they coming. And like Anissa said, none of the men on the panel will take care of their women if they're not with them. I don't give a god. If I got the money Shaq got, the kid's not even finna be with Shaunie. They're gonna be with me. And she's not, I'm gonna be like Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders gave his wife $1 million, told her to get the fuck on, and he had custody of all his kids. And that's exactly what I would do. Give her enough money to sneeze and get your ass on. You don't want to be with me, goodbye.
She belongs to the street.
Shit. What? Who finna take care of a woman you're not with no more? So she can take care of the next nigga with my money? I'm doing Bengay commercial. You taking my Bengay check and taking this nigga to Switzerland? Oh, hell no.
All that general auto insurance money and she spent it for somebody else.
I'll be damned.
All that Papa John.
Icy hot and
hang on.
in collision insurance.
Embrace. Do you want to tackle that question that I raised?
I wanted to, but he
the one that you asked, take heed.
Yeah. Is it inevitable for a man with that kind of means, that kind of access? If you want to get with that guy, just expect it. Just don't even say, you know, can a man like that truly be faithful to one woman, never look at another woman, at least never sleep? He may look, but never sleep with another woman.
I
Or
mean,
is
Mr.
it
Bennett,
is it fool's
men that
gold
are broke cheat. So what makes you think that men that have money are not going to do it? They have the access. They have the means. I'm gonna tell you guys something, and let's talk about the whole topic. In 2001, I started a limousine company, and I did it right when Super Bowl was in Tampa. So I bought 4 limos, took it to the old company that I used to work for, and they hired me right away. I had the NFL agents and the rookies. I met Santana Moss and all the rookies that year. They literally had an agenda. Well, we're going to take you to the Playhouse party. We're going to take you to these parties with women. They're going to do this. I mean, it's embedded in them from day one. I saw so much shit, guys, that I would take the wife to the airport, and 20 minutes later, the girlfriend was landing. And I would pick her up, and I could, I was doing a job. So yes, Mr. Bennett, it's inevitable, because if the man has access and he can pick eeny, meeny, miny, mo, pick a hole by the toe. Money talks and bullshit walks. It's inevitable. And as far as Shaunie, she's a disgrace. She calls herself the first lady of church. She calls herself a woman of God. She embarrasses me to be a woman. Why would you sit up there in front of your children, in front of your husband, and say that you were never in love with your husband? Keep that shit to yourself.
Shut up.
You're supposed to be an example to other women. You're supposed to be leading the church. And here you are to sell books. You're selling your soul. And I'm ashamed to be a part of her gender, because she is just proving the same shit over and over again of modern women. And it's just fucking embarrassing. And then Shaq gracefully admitted that he was wrong. Then you add salt to the wound, and he still came back and said again, a second time, I did wrong. I put her through. And you still, man, put that bitch in a body bag. I'm done.
God damn.
Crazy.
You know what?
Let's also be clear. Shaq has a lot of money riding on the words that comes out of his mouth. So he's very careful about what he says and what he does.
True.
Because he is a walking, living, breathing billboard. He is. And he makes a ton of money off of his endorsements. So I don't think he got a lot of flack for the comment he made about men not crying in front of their women.
Yeah.
They gave him hell about that.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think he's learned I have to be careful.
Yeah, he said don't be vulnerable with no woman.
He could have said what he wanted to say, even if he wanted to. He can't say it. He can't say what he wants to say. And I feel bad for guys like Shaq, because I don't understand the idea of, I'm going to make you into something I want you to be. And then we're gonna call it marriage. That's what we're gonna call it. What you are, I'm not willing to accept. This is what I want. Give me what I want, and then we'll throw the title of marriage on top of it. That, to me, is complete and utter BS. And there's no way in the world that should have happened. He is who he is. Paul George married a stripper. He is who he is.
And you know what, Trey? A lot of these men out here who have wives who they think won't do nothing, they won't probably do nothing on a 9-to-5 shit. No, they're not gonna go to the Kroger's and and fuck somebody in the meat market. No. But you take these women to a concert and you let Keith Sweat, Usher, and Tank come down and serenade her and touch them thighs. Her ass will be tooted up. Because, listen to me, I seen a WNBA player who was a stud. Listen to me now. She's a stud mother. Bull dagger. She went to an Usher concert. He serenaded her. All her femininity showed up and showed out. She was sitting there with her blue jeans on and her fucking jersey like this. Yeah. And when Usher came over there, she was like, oh my God. All that shit come up.
Turned into a Dina Howard. Then the t-shirt and her panties on.
Yeah. For the first time, she slid that dildo to the side. She said, I don't want it no more. Come get this coochie tonight. Usher changed her life. And so, This is what women do, man. Women are hypergamous, and this is what they do. This is why you don't let nobody. You definitely don't want your woman going to Usher concert because he definitely gonna hit her right after the show. Tank and all these other.
No, it depends on what kind of woman you got. If you have a Winnie Harlow, you all right.
Yeah. Because back in the day, like take Ron Isley back in the day, R-Pain, and Ron Isley come out and look at your wife and say la da da da. Next thing you know, R-Pain in the car by himself. His wife said, "I'll see you in the morning." Yeah, R-Pain, wake your motherfucking ass up. You hear me? He gonna say, R-Pain, can you hear me?
Hey, R-Pain, would you fight Ron Isley?
Would you fight Ron Isley if he walked up to your wife and
He
said,
probably beat Ron Isley ass, man.
No, that's why I'm trying to grow a beard like him. That's why I'm trying to grow a beard just like him, so I wouldn't worry about it.
So hold on.
First of all, listen, man, we're gonna throw down, man. First, my wife would never be in a position for one of these assholes to be trying to woo her. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, R-Pain, shut up. Because if y'all go to a Ron Isley concert, he come down and say, making love between
not if we're in the balcony. Not if we're in the balcony.
Shit, your wife gonna be just like it was on 5 Heartbeats. R-Pain didn't do that.
Yeah, they need to clean up in aisle 5 with that with Chicken and 5 Heartbeats.
Now, Mr. Bennett, I'm gonna say something to Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett, you go out with your wife, y'all having a good time, and
he's ready. Look at him, he's ready.
Ron Isley, walk up to your wife. You're contagious, touch me, baby. Give me what you got. La, 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 la. Your wife said, oh. And he grabbed her by the hand to pull up on stage. Mr. Bennett, what's happening next? You gonna beat Ron Isley ass up?
He gonna show him that picture from the last thing they did when he was at the bubble.
She may be going home alone. Well, I'll be going home alone, I guess, but I don't know.
That's so funny.
Mr. Bennett telling the fucking truth. You hear me? Mr. Bennett gonna be on the news. We're here live at the stadium where allegedly Ron Isley was thrown 5 feet down to the floor by one Paul Bennett.
He suffered one broken hip and ego and pride.
Hey, black man, I was dating this girl one time, and I got her a gift. She wanted to go see Trey Songz.
Oh,
I got her tickets to go see Trey Songz, so her and one of her girlfriends to go see Trey Songz. The girlfriend backed out for whatever reason, and she's like, "Well, do you want to go?" Now my dumb ass thinking, it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. Listen to me, bruh. This fool almost started a riot in Philadelphia, bro. I was stationed in New Jersey at the time. These girls was clawing at the security guys. Like, they couldn't hold them. It was honestly, Trey was the guy who was like, yo, y'all gotta chill. Because the security was getting ready to tell him, shut this shit down. These women were losing their minds. And every time he started a new song, they were having less and less clothes on. They were just getting ass naked in the crowd. And I was like, this is insane. This is insane. But I should have known better, because one time we did a co-ed stripper party. And I realized, and the men went first, and we had the women up there. The women did their little thing, right? And then the girls went and the guys. And I had to go get a drink. And I kind of peeped into the room like, I wonder what they doing in there. They were doing a whole lot of shit that we wasn't doing, I tell you that much.
Exactly.
Women are man.
Take heed.
Y'all keep trusting these women.
Now take heed. I'm gonna ask you a question. You go to a concert with your husband, and you seen I just want to, by show of hands, anybody seen Janet Jackson's concerts?
I've been to one.
Yeah.
She'll take your man out the audience, tie him down, and play with his dick in front of everybody. Listen. Take heed. You sitting there in the audience with your husband. And Janet say, come here, you right there, come on. And he go on stage, she strap your husband to that chair and throw that damn thing on him and pull it and grab that penis and stroke it a little bit. Take heed, what's gonna happen? Are you gonna be on the news?
Okay,
you gonna be Janet ass?
So first, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this first.
You took the glasses off, so it's over.
You gonna beat up Penny?
I'm gonna say this first. I'm very fresh. Okay. I just want you to know this. So I'm gonna hype my husband up and be like, let Janet take it, honey. Let her take it, honey. I'm sorry. I'm that type of woman, y'all. I'm sorry. It's wrong. It's wrong. And I'm gonna watch. It's wrong. But it's true. I'm gonna watch. Now, let me share something with you. I can't say for myself if I seen Smokey Robinson and he started singing. Listen, woo, I don't know. I don't know.
Smoking with that good baby hair.
He's not going to be able to handle that thing.
You said Smokey Robinson? So he came to you and said, take heed. Let me share something with you tonight. Oh,
let me share
something. Talking about some baby, let's cruise.
Listen.
Away.
Smokey Robinson was flying out one day in Terminal B, and when I walked up to him, he told me, "You too young to know who I am." And I was younger then. I told him, "I know who you are." He said, "You too young." And he was tall. I didn't even know Smokey was like that. He's very tall man. And I walked up to him. He said, you too young to know who I am. I said, I know who you are. I know who you are, and you smell so good. And I'm just like 2 feet from you. And he just talked to me. He said, sweetie, what you want from me? I said, can I get your autograph? That's what I said. And I almost lost my mind. Mind you, I was in a gray business suit with a skirt on. I had on some heels, okay, and I at the time I was the supervisor for the security department in Terminal B, and I almost lost my mind. And I don't get excited when I see stars. I do not have seen many of them, but when I see Smokey, I had lost my mind. So my husband, don't take me to Smokey Robinson. That's all.
Let me tell you something. Serena Williams in her heyday, when Serena was in her 20s, if she asked me to clean her rackets, and I was married or something, I told my wife, baby,
you
you
a
don't
kinky motherfucker, black man.
You're like Jamie Foxx. Let me be your tennis ball.
Let me be your tennis ball, Serena.
You can smack me up against the wall.
Bruh, you could have said anything talking about cleaning her rackets. I can see you there just getting off.
I wanna be your tennis ball.
She won Wimbledon with this.
Oh yeah, man. I don't know what I would do if Janet put me on stage and started rubbing up between the crotch of my crotch. I'll probably tell her, let me loose so I can show it to you. I just, she's real seductive with it too. She kissing the neck and just, ooh, shit. That's tough. That's tough. I would say, Lord, I'll be right back.
And that's velvet rope, Janet, too. Good.
Ooh, shit.
Oh my.
I think the only man who ain't never turned the only man that ever turned Janet down was Bill Bellamy. And I think he was sweating when he did it.
Yeah, man. God dang. Can you imagine who was fine back in the day for our pain? Who was fine back in the day? Pam Grier. What can you imagine Pam Grier walking up to you, our pain, in your 20s? And Dorothy.
Yo, Pam Grier, man. Me and Pam around the same age.
Can you imagine Pam Grier coming putting that thing, just straddling you to my, hey, you sexy chocolate motherfucker.
Our pain would be Diana Ross. Yes. Diana Ross.
She's too skinny, man.
Nah, you get you.
She's too skinny.
Some of them.
I mean, you know what? To tell you the truth, though, man, I might have ran through the Pointer Sisters, though.
He said the Pointer Sisters.
All of them?
Not just one.
Not just one. All of them.
Oh, three.
All of them.
Oh, trio.
So take heed. Let me ask you a question. So if Smokey Robinson would have just, you 2 feet away, you say you smell good. He said, come a little closer. And he picked you up and kissed you on the neck. What would have happened?
I wasn't married at the time. I'm gonna share something with you. Since I'm married now, baby, you could get it. I don't allow nobody to touch me. You can get it. I don't care how famous you are, because I love my king. You could get it. You can get it. And my loyalty is too much. You could get it. I don't care who you are.
Smokey gonna get the 2-piece.
Listen.
So Trey, what do you do in that situation though, Trey? Like if you took your girl out and Trey Songz came down and said, "I can't help but wait till you came back."
Honestly, man, I remember when Kiki and the whole Usher thing was going on. I don't get wrapped up in that shit, to be honest. I'm being
if it was
honest
your girl, you good with it?
I'm gonna let her have her moment. You know why? Because the odds of her bump. Now listen, if this is a reoccurring thing, then I'm just going to leave her where she stands, right? But the odds of her bumping into a Trey Songz again and again, and it's risky. It's risky because these mofos are sneaky, right? They'll slide her DMs, they slide their number. They sneaky. They know what they're doing.
Exactly.
So it is extremely risky. I'm not denying that, but I'm gonna let her have her moment because I want to let you know something. You better let me have my moment if I ever meet Bernice. If Bernice come around me, you better let me have my moment. So I'm gonna let you have your moment. I'm gonna let you have your moment because the odds are more than likely you're never gonna see this man again. But here's my problem with y'all women, Grace, and take heed. Let me tell you my problem with y'all women. Y'all don't let shit go. Right? You meet your Smokey, and then you thinking about Smokey all the time. Now we're supposed to be having an intimate moment, and you flashing back to the time you met the guy that you had. You know what I mean? Like y'all don't let the shit go. We let it go. Like I met her. It's cool. I satisfied that. I'm done with it. Y'all hold on to this shit for years. Well, I met Smokey like 10 years ago, and you've been holding on to it.
I mean, those are exciting moments. Do you know how many celebrities I met during the limit? It got so normal to me that I just wasn't starstruck anymore. I had DMX, I had Nas. I mean, you get starstruck, but at some time or another, you realize they're human just like you. They got to put their pants on one leg at a time. Some of them are assholes. So, like Jerry Rice, he's a fucking arrogant fuck.
Hey,
okay?
There will be no goat slander here.
No,
well, yeah, but his character sucks.
And Anissa, the reason she didn't come tonight, I know she probably think that, she knew that we were going to be talking about this because the rumor has it, all right, that Anissa has a sex tape with Luther Vandross. So, doom, 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 doom. A chair is still a chair. Man,
You telling me if you didn't meet Tony Braxton, you wouldn't hold on to that?
Woo, Tony Braxton, that motherfucker come to me and say, "Who do you think I am?" I'm gonna say everything. Come here. Where's it? Tony Braxton can get everything. Listen to me. That motherfucker is.
What I'm saying is, Grace, when I go and go get into with my lady, I'm not gonna be thinking about Tony.
Oh no!
I never thought of anything. Well, I did have one dream once about Trevor. That was it. I had a dream about him because I fell asleep to his song and he was on my mind subconsciously. And I woke up. I'm like, damn! I just had a dream with Trevor.
You see, White School Podcast. She got a sex tape with Barry White, but we gonna leave her out of it.
Why?
You better stop putting shit out here.
We're gonna leave her out of it. But Anissa got one with Luther Vandross right before he transitioned. But yeah, I just Jesus.
Which transition? You know what? I'm not gonna do that.
What is going on?
Yeah, right in the middle of it, he said, "I don't want to." Anissa changed that man to me, and that's a damn Anissa. Were y'all Barry White fans? Were you a Barry White fan?
I love Barry White. I did. I love Barry.
I like Al Green.
That boy can talk the horns off a reindeer, couldn't he? That music come on, da-da, babe. When he do that, it's over. Your wife ain't going home with you. Yeah, that big nigga was pulling all of them.
But my favorite is Marvin Gaye. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye was a bad man.
Marvin Gaye, my husband will drop his music. There's a problem. There's a problem. And I'm gonna share something with you. I have never for one day when I'm intimate with my king, I have never for one day thought about any other man but him. Ain't that crazy? I've never.
No, that's not
Even
crazy
when,
at
and I'm gonna
all,
share something
actually.
with you. Like I tell women on my show, I tell them that love making starts in the mind of a woman. It starts in our mind.
Facts.
So when you get ready to make love to your husband, imagine how he had you hemmed up in the kitchen. You sit on the side of the refrigerator with the one leg to the side. Okay, imagine that. Or when y'all was up and the headboard almost broke because y'all was doing some nonsense. Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Or you was in his living room and y'all was doing some foolery. You was giving him head or something.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So now, when y'all doing it, you already ready. You already ready.
Yeah, pull that head forward and have them legs way back there and rock that ass to death.
Listen.
BMU.
That's what I tell women on
Trey
my
knows something.
channel. All you got to do is imagine in your mind.
You gonna be folding them up like a lawn chair, Trey?
It works.
I'm a virgin, sir.
Oh, okay. Virgin Airlines.
That's so funny.
Oh my God.
Oh man, lost in translation. You know if Vanessa Williams wanted to give you that ass, you taking it. Stop.
Oh, yeah.
Which one? Light skinned Vanessa or dark skinned Vanessa?
No, light skin in her prime too with them blue eyes. Good God Almighty. Woo! Shit.
After she sang you a song.
Oh my God.
Lost, you gonna say the best for last, my brother?
I am not meant to be alone. Turn this house into a home where I climb the stairs and turn the key. Oh, you'll still be there, saying that you're still in love.
Okay, so the answer is yes.
I said still in love.
One more time, Lost. Give me to one more time.
Yeah. Are you gonna be in love with me?
Damn it, man.
It is driving me crazy to think that my baby wouldn't be still in love with
Lost in translation.
Hold on. We forgot somebody, goddammit. Take heed. Teddy Pendergrass. He said, "You right there. Turn off the lights and light a candle." Take heed. Say, "Hold on, just a minute. What a matches at?" Y'all know it. Shit, Teddy P got more ass than a toilet seat. Let's stop talking. Let's stop the cap. He got some ass. Well, when he had the wreck, it was somebody else in the car with him. Skirting the dick was in the car with him.
He was set up. He was set up.
He was set up. Okay.
He was set up.
Yeah. They pulled that girl out the car. They said, "Ma'am, the dick come from under the skirt."
He was set up. Yeah, y'all know
he was set up. He was set up.
Damn.
They don't call it Holly weird for nothing. Be a black man.
Man, he tried to push her ass out the car and had a wreck, probably. Man, but yeah, man, boy, woo, y'all got me over here in tears, boy. Y'all crazy. I just envisioned Ron Isley taking your wife, Arpain. That's a shame.
No, well, get that thought out of your head. Ron Isley ain't getting on that ass.
Hey, you know what? What the fuck happened to Ron? Because he looked like a Smurf about 10 years ago. And that motherfucker, man, do you think he had surgery or something? That motherfucker is a motherfucker. You see him thinking? Motherfucker like he's 35 years old.
Yeah,
and he got a 10-year-old son. And motherfucker 80 years old.
He got a 10-year-old son? Wow.
A 10-year-old son. Still slaying. Robert De Niro, goddamn 83 years old, got a goddamn newborn.
Yep, Al Pacino too.
Al Pacino got a newborn too. They slanging that dick, boy.
Hey, Pop goes to Weezer because the Weezer go pop.
You know them Italians.
Hold on, but how many 80-year-old women having babies? See, this is what we need to talk about. Them 80-year-old women, come on now.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, them men still throwing that seed.
And they getting them young too.
Mm-hmm.
They getting on.
Million.
I mean, these girls
Robert
late
De Niro
20s,
wife.
early 30s.
Yeah, Robert De Niro's 30. Yeah. Al Pacino's girls like 35, 34. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They slanging that meat. Dang.
I told you don't stop. When I have breakfast, black man, with these old veterans, these dudes be in their 80s, and all they talk about is getting ass every morning. That's all they talk about every morning.
You don't know when your last piece coming through.
They on date naps. They traveling. They out here. These dudes like 84, 87 years old. One dude was like, I swear this is what he said. He was like, I've been waiting on my wife to die for 5 years so I can get back out here. His wife finally died. He out here. He in these streets. They in the 80s, black man. 80s.
Filling prescriptions.
Listen, they Cialis, they Blue Chew, they Viagra, they doing whatever they got to
They
do.
popping honey packs.
They doing whatever they got to do. My man, he hit me up and he texted me. He said, "Look," he said, if you don't see me Friday morning, that means I'm still in Pennsylvania." I said, "Well, damn." He said, "If you don't see me Saturday morning," he said, "send an ambulance. I'm probably dead."
Dang.
I said, "Well, damn,
hurry,
man."
hurry."
And he 87, Grace. He's 87.
You know,
God bless him.
I seen a video today. They say MC Hammer's 64 years old. That's about right, y'all.
That sound about right.
Yep. Yep. And he don't look it.
MC Hammer's 64 years old. He was in the fucking studio dancing with Chris Brown. I gotta find the video. When I tell you that motherfucker like he back 25, 30 on that dance floor with Chris, I said, oh, hell no.
Black don't crack.
60-some years old out there. I mean, moves hanging in there with Chris Brown, killing it. I said, oh my
I
God.
thought Hammer was in the church now. He ain't in the church no more?
Who, MC Hammer?
Yeah. I thought
Yeah,
was
he
in
said
the
he's gonna lay the hammer down for the Lord and lay the hammer down for And you know what the gayest shit I've ever seen him do is that fucking pumps in a rump with the goddamn cheetah pet thong on. Damn! I said, man, this is the most
Pumps in the
disgusting shit
bumps,
I've
not
ever seen.
pumps in the rump.
No, that was the best song back in the day. No,
Man,
y'all
he
not
claimed on the
gonna
video.
lie.
I know this nigga ain't got no thong on, do he?
It's pumps in the bumps, not pumps in the rump.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I said it wrong.
I told you he a kinky mofo, bro. He changed.
Man, Trey, that nigga came out, man. I said, oh, you know, because normally you see him in a Falcons jersey. He killing it. That nigga came out butt-ass naked damn near with a fucking leopard skin thong. I said, this nigga gay, man. Yeah, damn. And look at she remembered like it was yesterday. Look.
But look at Anissa comments. She says they not screwing no broke 80-year-old. LOL. Anissa is the president of fake sisterhood. Please, y'all.
But I'm gonna tell you who they ain't. I'm gonna tell you who these 80-year-olds ain't screwing. They ain't screwing no 80-year-old women.
I want that's the Lord.
Guess what?
Bruh, they're not even screwing 70 or 60
60, 50
50-year-old women.
Al Pacino got a baby with a 35-year-old.
Below, bro.
Yeah, his wife is 35. Al Pacino and fucking what's the other guy's name? We just said it. Al Pacino,
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
De Niro wife what 35, 36, same
Something
shit.
like that.
Shit, they got babies right now. When that baby 35, Al Pacino will be dead. 35 years old, that motherfucker gonna be maggot food by the time when his son go to prom. He may be dead when his son go to prom.
Yeah.
Shit, he 80 right now. Yeah,
Can you tell me about my dad? Watch his movies.
But how many women producing eggs at that age? That's the question.
No, you know we can't biologically.
Yeah,
don't listen to these church women. They'll tell you.
Pussy dried up like coupons.
I froze my eggs though, black man.
Everybody
you get them. Listen, let me tell you something. When they open them eggs up, Trey, it's gonna do this.
Powdered eggs.
That's fucking
the
crazy.
powdered eggs.
Y'all so wrong.
Them eggs ain't hey, blaming them eggs.
Yeah, baby come out looking like a goddamn coyote mixed with a pigeon.
Them eggs ain't got no yolk in them at all. You know what I'm saying?
No yolk. There's a lot of data that's been released lately, And one of the things that I found quite interesting that nobody really wanted to address is they were talking to a bunch of OBGYNs, and all the OBGYNs were saying that in their experience, they were showing that women who were between the ages, well, I can't even call them women, but females between the ages of 14 to 17 had the easiest and the healthiest pregnancies. And so once you start to get over 17, it gets complicated. And they were showing, like, they were saying, now this is from professionals, medical professionals, who were talking about the easiest and the healthiest pregnancies they were seeing. This is a collective group. It wasn't one OBGYN. This was a collective group of them, and they were all saying the same thing. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, man, we have screwed women up so badly. We really have. We've really screwed y'all up so badly to make you think that having a child in your mid-30s and into your 40s is what's best for you, when in actuality, according to the science, according to everything, it's 30 years ago almost.
Hold on. Anissa, she said, why do you think they screwed Al Pacino? He's not married. She says he's famous and rich and provides security. If he was a regular guy, no way. DC Young Fly, go watch his interview. DC Young Fly said his daddy was 70 years old when he got his mama pregnant.
Mm-hmm. There's plenty of guys like that.
DC Young Fly, the comedian, 70. His daddy was 70 years old when he got his mama pregnant. 70. His mama was 40. Well, 40, 39 or 40. Shit, stop the cap. These old men been fucking these young women for a long time. Take heed, don't you know that? Them OGs, shit, come them OGs. What?
Yes.
Them OGs.
Ain't nobody waiting till you get your paper up to make babies.
Let me co-sign a little extra, because back in my time, okay, everybody had that uncle that mama would say, go out there and see Uncle Jesse. Uncle Jesse gonna take you somewhere, okay? And be nice to Uncle Jesse.
Wow.
Every woman have experienced that, being young and being with a single mother. Every woman has experienced that. Anissa hasn't seen a lot. That's why. I don't care how old she is. Anissa has been sheltered.
No.
You don't see a lot.
I believe, look at Anissa. I believe back in Anissa's 20, Anissa was throwing that pussy from the free throw line. I don't give a goddamn what nobody said. Which one of you motherfuckers want it? Come and get it now. Okay? I'm not going to marry none of you bitches, but you come and get this pussy now.
She said, I'm addressing Al Pacino.
I know you is.
You had a real feminist tone there, black man, when you said it. That doesn't sound like something she would say.
That's what she would say.
I'm gonna fuck you. You're not gonna fuck me. I'm gonna fuck you.
Yeah.
You're gonna do what I tell you to do.
Somebody's getting fucked tonight.
With a nice Chardonnay.
With my PhD.
You know she a freak. I told you. Anissa was hanging over the fence, but naked, was right here in front of the back while she had a glass of red wine. But anyway.
No.
Anissa said, stop playing with me, Bartholomew. If you're gonna fuck me, fuck me.
Did you hear what I said?
We love you, Anissa. We love you.
Anissa, get up here and defend yourself.
We love you, Anissa. She with Bartholomew right now.
Bartholomew is wild, by the way. That's a wild ass name.
Bartholomew over there right now, butt naked with a chain around his neck. Go in the kitchen. Get Ron Isley. Anissa probably into that. Go in the kitchen, get my ice cream, bitch, and don't you pull away from me.
with some leopard skin bikini drawers on.
Did you hear what I said?
I'm done.
Ashtray.
Go in and get your Hormel chili and lick it off my toes, bitch.
You a kinky mofo, bro. I swear. Bro. Where do you think that up?
Ashtray. Hey, Trey, we missed you, though, boy.
You wild, bro.
Man, Trey, we missed you, boy. We missed you. Don't leave us for no goddamn 3 months no more chasing no ass now.
I haven't. I did go on a few dates, but I haven't. I was dealing with some other things, man. You know. But
okay, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I wasn't chasing no woman. I did go out on a couple of dates though, and
It's good for you, man. It's good for you.
Well, you know, you got to keep the muscle.
Why you lick your lips?
You gotta keep the muscle ready. Hey, you ain't gotta explain nothing.
So you can't do shit on this channel, ladies and gentlemen.
You got to keep the dating muscle activated. Because otherwise,
did you just say when you said muscle? Did you lick your lipstick?
No, I didn't.
That's the LL Cool J talking.
That nigga said when it comes to the muscles, and licked his lips. LL Cool J and shit. God damn.
Let me share something with y'all.
Ladies little cool tray.
I'm convinced that Travel 1 is Sugar Bum. I'm convinced.
It's probably the same one. There's a burner count.
Because they both gonna be in the chat.
You never see them in the same place at the same time.
Hey, you know what? But the name speaks for itself. Travel 1, because they by themselves like a motherfucker. Oh, let's see. Who else in the chat tonight? Lena said, BMU, stop. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. Anissa, if you're watching, we love you. We miss you. We miss the wine of the night. And but we knew tonight you was gonna be tooting that ass up. And by
what you say? She tooted up for Backshot Bart?
Yeah, Backshot Bart. Dang. She may be over there with Sideshow Bob.
I'm gonna start out the evening telling so Larry, move your hand. Larry, move your hand.
You know what? I can tell. I'm telling you, and this is aggressive. If you're gonna fuck me, fuck me. All that slow stroking shit don't work for me. Fuck me. When Trey was over here last week, he fucked me.
Tell us to pull my ponytail and everything.
Lost in translation came over here and fucked the Holy Ghost out of it. And you didn't tell me.
Pull my ponytail and everything.
Anissa definitely look like the type of woman that tell you move.
Our pains look in my DMs.
No.
Our pain was in my DMs when you our pain. You was in my DMs, our pain trying to fuck.
Be like Thanos talking about some fine, I'll do it myself.
You gray beard, bald head, motherfucker. You was in there, you was trying to fight. Yeah, boy. And this is aggressive, I can tell you. This is aggressive.
Just move. Get out the way.
You walk in the room and this allowed to be a butt nigga get wide open. Come get this pussy now. Ain't nobody going home until this pussy is dug through. Get in here, Trey. Trey said, I'm coming. Damn, again. Yes. And bring that orange juice with you.
Oh, God.
In your Batman costume.
Put them cuffs on me, Trey, and tie me over there and hit me across the hip that ketchup bottle.
Oh, my God.
All right. Oh, my God. Who y'all?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the BMU After Hours Freak Show.
I love y'all.
Hold on, babe. You a kinky mofo. Catch up, bro. Catch up. You a kinky dude, bro.
That's for the glizzy.
Yeah, that's for the glizzy. You a kinky mofo. You could have said honey. You could have said chocolate syrup. You could have said a lot of different things. Whipped cream. This fool said ketchup.
Oh, I'm talking from Anissa's perspective. Like she said, get some pickle relish and put it in your mouth and come eat this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you snitching on yourself, bro. You snitching on yourself.
Oh, shit. Oh, y'all got me in tears, man.
Black man got a whole little tray of condiments sitting right next to him right now.
I do not. Look, as long as the pussy don't do this, we good. As long as I'm good. Oh my God! Hey Trey, let me ask you a question. Trey, hold on, Trey. If you went over and she said, Trey, I'm ready to give you some, and you say, yeah, I'm gonna fold her ass like a lawn chair, and she on her legs and they do this.
Okay, God.
I can't.
Oh,
yes.
Guys, we're gonna leave y'all on that. We love you guys. We'll see you guys on tomorrow's sports show at 7. We also have JT, What We Know podcast. I think he'll be back tomorrow too, man. Congratulations to his daughter on graduating this past weekend. So prayers out to them, man, and congratulations to her. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, don't end up with a pussy like this.